Piece Podcast, episode 971 for the week of Sunday, May 16th, 2021. My name is Ed.
My name is Steve.
And my name is Alex.
And joining us this week, first we have our website editor-in-chief, Kelly, is here with us.
Hey.
Good to have you. And we'll be talking some news in a couple of minutes, but first we also have to introduce our anime recap host, special guest, Sam Leach is here.
That's me.
And finally, the master of trivia, the host of our David Backfights, and I think we're going to get at least a little bit of trivia tonight now that he's here. David Bednar is with us.
Hey, it's been a while. I'm excited to be back.
Fantastic. And on this episode of the One Piece Podcast, we're going to have a manga recap for chapter 1013, Anarchy in the BM. Okay, we'll talk about that later, but...
Yeah, we will.
Oh, what did you eat?
Well, do not go in there. Woo!
And Taco Bell
Can't let
for
that
lunch.
title pass.
Oh, all right. We also have an anime recap for episode 974. Odin wouldn't be Odin unless it was boiled, which is the unique one-sentence anime title.
Which, in fact, he was. Spoilers.
It was a pretty good looking
He met
episode.
the criteria for Odin.
They had visual flourishes in this episode that I liked, so we'll get to see that, and we'll have some piece together. But first, we're going to start with a little bit of news. Kelly, what do you got for us?
Sure. So this is actually a pretty big piece of news. There was a recent announcement from Crunchyroll that they have expanded their catalog across some additional regions. So new subtitled episodes are on the way to French, German, Russian, Italian, and Spanish-speaking Europe, alongside with Portugal, UK, Ireland, and the Nordics. And this is going to give over 400 subtitled episodes, which is going to include story arcs like Thriller Bark, Summit War, Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, and Dressrosa. And UK, Ireland, and Nordics will be getting episodes 326 through 746. That's a big chunk. Starting today, Sunday, May 16th.
Fantastic.
So that's pretty cool that they're starting to get some more episodes in those regions.
I always wonder when they do that. Do they translate from the English script, or do they translate directly from Japanese when they do that?
That's a really good question.
I mean, I imagine they don't say, but I am curious.
Into which language?
How many more languages are Portuguese and all the Nordic?
French, German,
Yeah.
Russian, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese.
I assume that they've all got their own translators from Japanese to whatever language.
Yeah, you'd assume.
Probably.
Anyway, but besides that, we also have some video game news this week. Sam, you seemed very excited about this.
I mean, like, I think it looks cool. I don't have the...
Oh, I've got the
information
article open. So there's a mobile One Piece fighting game announced by Tencent in China. This is a product out of, I think, in cooperation with Namco Bandai.
Bandai Namco.
Namja Town.
Namja Town.
Have they flipped it a few times? They've gone by Namco Bandai and Bandai Namco, haven't they?
But anyway, this is Bandai Namco in Shanghai in cooperation with Tencent, developing this One Piece Project Fighter, which
I don't think it is a fighting game. I think it's like a beat 'em up or something. Or I don't know the world of Chinese developed mobile games. I'm sure there's microtransactions.
They're getting
and all sorts of.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're also getting all the
Yeah.
nice stuff. Isn't there another Chinese exclusive One Piece mobile game?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought there was something at one point. I mean, this one so far is described as a fighting game, but that could mean.
I mean, it's called Project Fighter, but I
Yeah.
think that's misleading. Maybe.
Oh yeah. Fighting for One Piece was a very misleading title for a video game as well.
Exactly. So that's I'm not kind of committing to whatever style that is, because you really can't tell from this. But
Yeah, from judging by the video, it kind of looks like a souped up version of Around the Land, the PS2 game, which was sort of a platformer slash. It was just a platformer, but it had bosses. So it looks like the bosses in this one, like that, it uses some sort of a fighting engine. So it's like a combination fighter and.
I really love the animations. I got
It
very
looks beautiful.
Yeah, I got very Arc Systems vibes from.
I mean, this is where my mind went. It's like Arc System works. Like, here's the bar. Please do it.
Yep.
Make me buy a PS5 for you.
I'll have to shrink those first.
Right. It does sound like there's a chance it might come out internationally. I guess the according to the information that we have, it says initially released. So I wouldn't be surprised.
It looks cool. I'm very trepidatious though with mobile games because it's obvious that you can only go so far in those without giving them your money.
I'm not gonna play it unless it comes to console. So that's.
I don't think
it's gonna be a game where Luffy starts out without a devil fruit, and you actually have to have microtransaction to buy the devil fruit. Otherwise, it's gonna be a really terrible game.
So if you pay, you can't swim anymore.
That's right. Then you have to buy the whole slew of things to help you float. So they got you right from day one.
So this game does not seem.
I'm gonna laboon in that game so hard.
Doesn't seem like it's going to be coming over outside of China, really. There's no indication of that, at least. But maybe we'll get a different game like this in Japan and North America at some point. Hopefully on a console, like Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
It looks great. I just that trailer was a joy to watch. But
and also doing East Blue stuff with We Are in the background is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying that I would watch a movie that has this kind of animation quality to it, like the shot where Mihawk's like cutting up Krieg's galleon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would love to see that in a theater.
The Baradier looked really cool in that video.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
Okay. Was there any more news anyone had before we want to get into the manga recap?
I think the only other thing, and this might only be exciting to me, is in case you didn't see it, we're finally getting a Yamato figure. He's only going to be part of the Ichiban Kuji lottery, but it's a start. And fortunately, those figures are both decent size and very good quality. So it tends to be that these days that the arcade prizes or the lottery prizes are getting a lot more variety than like your bigger players like Tamashii Nations and Mega House. We also have an Ulti arcade prize coming in December. So I'm glad to see those. Obviously, they're not going to be, the Portrait of Pirates level, but it's nice to see some other characters kind of getting into the fold there.
Right. I feel like these figures don't really come out until they're characters in the anime, really.
Yeah, and this Yamato figure is scheduled for the September Ichiban Kuji, and then Ulti will be December. So we definitely should be seeing, at least I would think we'd be seeing Yamato by September.
Yeah, it actually kind of makes sense to me that maybe Toei holds the merchandising license, because every one piece of One Piece merchandise or figures at least always has like a Toei Animation foil stamp on it.
Yep.
So maybe that's why we don't tend to get characters until they're in the anime.
I just feel like the Bandai figures get the variety, because if you think about it, the only Cat Viper and Dogstorm we've ever had, like big size, are Ichiban Kuji from Zou, because I have those two and they're amazing figures, but like those are characters that are worthy of way more figures than have ever been put out.
Right on. That sounds cool. So let's get into the manga recap for chapter 1013 and talk about some BMs. This is the manga recap for chapter 1013, Anarchy in the BM. Parentheses, open parentheses, Big Mom, close parentheses.
Oh, okay.
So Greg has a tweet about this episode title. I don't know if you saw it.
I did see it, but if you have it in front of you, I don't remember exactly what he said.
Yeah, so it's a takeoff of the Sex Pistols' Anarchy in the UK.
Well, obviously, it'd be because of Captain Kidd.
Correct.
That's basically it, except for, Big Mom. I'm not sure if Oda knows exactly what hell he's wrought.
That's
exactly.
That's only a problem in English, but it's a very funny problem to have.
I mean, we might as well just call this episode Poop Jokes. That's it. Like, there's going to be a running counter.
Not
Yeah.
since Impel Down.
That's right.
That's true.
Anyway, so the actual cover for this chapter is a reader request from Ebi, some kind of shrimp, who says, Sanji envisioning how he'll cook up a shark that looks like Zoro. So yeah, we get the classic shark look with somehow wrapping his fins around sword handles and sticking one in his teeth, while Sanji looks on menacingly with the knife as Zoro sleeps in the background. It's nice. Sanji is not looking at Zoro with the knife. You'd think he might,
but what if
Yes.
I were to take a Zoro shark and disguise it as my own cooking? I think this is a nice little bit of SBS trivia, because I don't think a lot of people tend to remember this, because you all recall the color spread. It was one of the early post-time skip color spreads. I think it was like a tie-in with a designer or a figure line with the Straw Hats as animals.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. That was the 2013 May calendar.
Yep.
Yeah. Kelly, do you know offhand what that collab was again?
It's Toshio Asakuma.
Yeah.
Okay. But Tiger represented Zoro in that. But in an SBS, like eons ago, I think during Alabasta, someone asked, like, what animal is each Straw Hat? And Zoro was a shark. So
right.
That's still... And Sanji was a duck.
And I think they made him a ram, right? A goat?
He's a ram.
Yeah.
Usopp is a gecko.
Yep.
Here's why I don't accept Sanji as a ram, because under the dust cover of Databook Green, there is a sketch of Sanji as a duck, and it is the doofiest looking duck I've ever seen. So that's canon, in my opinion. It's a nice cover.
It's cute. It's very old school. It's
it is.
It's not overly wacky, or it's just sort of Straw Hats goofing, which I like. Anyway, shall we begin the chapter?
Sure.
Hey, Alex, when you turned the page and saw this cover when you read the chapter this morning, did you also have a jump scare?
Yes. What?
Good.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
It was an out there reference, but when we were in Tokyo, when we went to One Piece Tokyo Tower,
Shark Tank. Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
There's a jump scare. There was a jump scare moment in the chopper portion of Tokyo Tower where you pretty much tour the Thousand Sunny and you're in the aquarium, and like the aquarium is like a television screen, and like the shark that was at the start of Thor Bark and similar to this one comes at the screen, and and of course, like they have like the cracks. It makes it seem like he headbutted it, and there's like a little ventilation that lets out some steam. Oh, Alex jumped right out of his shoes. It was the funniest thing.
It's like
it is a little startling, and I mean, I've been in that tour like 7 or 8 times, and I still jump a little bit. So, in Alex's defense, it is a little bit of a surprise.
It's like the classic Batsu Game haunted house segment.
Yep.
With the gas. Anyway, starting on the first page here, we have still a very angry Big Mom, picking up right where we left off last chapter, and Usopp is asking Nami, "What are you thinking?" Yeah, we gotta go. She's gonna get up again, and Big Mom's right behind us. And Big Mom is menacingly looming in the background, and so I just want everyone to keep track of where Tama is on every page in this chapter. Just keep that in mind. So currently, Tama is in Usopp's arms. She's passed out. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. It was a vicious attack, and Nami retorts to Usopp, she's gonna chase after us either way. But the main thing is she deserves what's coming to her. And Big Mom, her face is she's still got the angry, but she's sort of also concerned face, yelling, "Tama, are you still alive?" And at this point, Nami,
that's her resting mom face,
right? Right. And
concerned but always angry.
Always angry, yes.
So at this point, we get Nami twirling the Climateact, and Ulti is getting up and is like, "So you finally decided to stay and fight?" And some weird ass gifter
Ed.
Oh my God, that's an elephant!
It's an elephant trunk.
Yes.
It's hiding behind the speech bubble.
I didn't see this until like I opened this chapter right before we started recording.
I love how I had the realization, but you already had it. We both said it. I was like, wait, what? Earthworm? No.
This absolute nightmare fuel.
There's so many. There's so many good gifters just like in the background that I've started to tune them out.
We have to do like a world top 100 gifters.
He looks like
no, I'm serious. We have to rank gifters. We have to do it.
He looks like the Terminator from the 3D ride at Universal Studios.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
Or the thing when the guy's face starts stretching.
Oh, all things I don't like.
And we're all gonna have to do a blood test to see who's a gifter at the end of this.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, I read this on my
Blood just
phone.
turns to squirrels.
Oh god. Seriously though, top 100 gifters or top something gifters. We have to do it.
This guy might be my new favorite, and there's a bias here, of course. But
Why would you have to check? Why would you have to check their blood? You just have to check if they have like a bulldog growing out of their ass or something.
That's right.
Any one of us could be a gifter. My face is literally the butt of a chicken.
That's right.
Okay, so they're yelling and they're like, "Not gonna twirl in her baton. You're gonna fight Lady Ulti with cheerleading tricks?" Anyway, they're like
they're like you.
Like the Statler and it's always just like a Statler and Waldorf pair. So we get back to Nami, and she's doing a pretty intense looking attack. Her thing is her climate tank is spinning pretty fast, and something's about to go down. As Ulti realizes, she notices what's going to happen first, and Nami lets a tornado tempo go. But I think it's supposed to indicate that Ulti dodged this. I think here, zip.
You can see that little like blip.
Yeah.
Like
that's her jumping. Yeah.
But all these other gifters got
wrecked. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Kelly, you're up.
So since Ulti was able to dodge, she grabs a hold of Nami, and we got there. You can't get away. Understand what happens now? I can finally pulverize your skull. And so Ulti is getting in position for a mighty headbutt, and we see Usopp yell, "Nami!" And then we have the Big Mom version of Voltron here forming the blazing sword. So we've got Napoleon, here mama. Prometheus, yeah mama. Hera, yes mama. Combine. Huh? Maser cannon. So we've got this combined attack that basically hits Ulti square in the center and goes right through her.
I'm not really sure what Napoleon did there. Maybe he was just like the base. He was like the foundation of the form of this cannon.
Well, it seems to fire like, isn't that his?
Well, do you see how he's kind of on the side there? So I'm like, is that like the trigger or like the aim or whatever?
Also, he's a different shape.
Yeah.
And, of course, maser cannons are a popular weapon to use against Godzilla in the.
That's correct.
They usually look like a little radar dish that kind of fires in that Death Star fashion. So it's nice that she's using it against a dinosaur.
It really does look like a Death Star attack. Like
it does, yeah. It does.
Is it called a maser cannon in Godzilla?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was like a pun, like Mazer. Like
no, maser is a real thing. It's a predecessor to laser. That's why it's in that's why it's in Toku from the 50s.
This is the mama laser. So
there's maser, then laser, then taser.
Yes.
Well, okay.
And phaser.
That's right.
Phaser.
Laser.
Lasers amplify light. Masers amplify microwaves.
That's a microwave.
Interesting. She's
gotta,
cooking.
So
she's a cooking mama.
Oh wait, no. So what Napoleon does here is he stretches out Hera to the point where she can fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like it goes through Prometheus's mouth.
So what I think is happening here is Prometheus is literally just there to combine them.
And
he's
I forget what it's like when you build a sculpture and you make like the wire base for
the armature.
The term is. Armature.
An armature, yeah.
That's what Napoleon feels like. This
Unless
reminds me of
it's spinning. It couldn't be spinning.
Never know.
Doesn't look like it. The speed lines are going towards Ulti only.
Yeah.
It did remind me of in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when they all had like their individual weapons and they combined it into one like big gun to fire.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Got to fit an axe in there somehow.
Mama.
Well, the axe was also
The axe
like
was the gun. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's weird because if you look at where it says combine, Napoleon's clearly in the middle,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it looks like Napoleon's on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's curious.
You know, it's like the stick of a corn dog. You know,
I've heard of
it's
swords
like-
that are guns.
But this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes, Sam. We all know you love Final Fantasy VIII.
Hey,
We've
listen,
seen
I
your
do
Twitter.
too. I'm
Wait,
not
because
gonna. I
Prometheus is
can't
here, would
just
that
say.
make it a sunblade?
Ah,
Oh.
Well, Ulti's getting sun kissed here then.
yes. And we've got this little tiny Nami falling
Whoa.
down.
Oh, it's like I didn't realize we got this chapter from a eBay auction from China. For those that know, you know.
Steve,
Me
it's,
next?
Yeah, it's your page.
Fue. You know, that's
my
the
God, is-
response I have to this.
Is Foxy here?
That's fair.
Um,
but look at the
yeah.
elephant guy. The elephant
That's-
guy's here.
Yeah.
That's literally the Foxy noise
Okay.
Yeah,
of the
but
badge.
he's not here.
You
I
don't
don't
know
know.
that.
It would
He
be
could be in
so
the
funny
background.
if-
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You know, it's like, you know what? Toki's back, so is Odin, and so is Foxy.
Hey guys, Foxy's here too.
It would
And
be
look, there's Pedro in the corner.
It would be so funny if Foxy was there trying to prove he wasn't a gifter, but nobody believes him because he's just so grotesque.
Oh god, that'd be great.
I was born this way.
Foxy heals the Akazaya 9 by giving them all 2 sweets. But Fue and this huge explosion just obliterates all of these guys, and behind Ulti as Ulti thuds, hits the ground with a thud.
She got aced. Looks like it.
Well, that's why they call it the Acer cannon.
Smoking hole in the middle of her.
And Prometheus cackles. "Da! We did it, Mama. The combo attack was a success." And now we get like a better shot of Hera here, and with a little giggle behind Napoleon. It's the new it's the 3 siblings now. And the gifters say, "Big Mom actually blasted Lady Ulti." And they murmur in shock and awe. And Big Mom says, "That's what you get for hurting Otama." And one of the gifters says, like, "Hey, weren't we supposed to be like an alliance with her?" And Usopp says, this is just straight up bonkers right now. But at least we're alive. Come on, Nami, let's go." And Nami says, "All right." And Tama, who on this page, Ed, is still in Usopp's arms.
Right.
She's regaining consciousness, and she calls out to Komachiyo, and this is Usopp saying, "It's like, I know, sorry, but we can't right now. We can't get your dog. We'll come back later for him." And I think that's Nami saying that. As they head off, Nami notices out from far, like a sad middle schooler at the dance against the wall. We see Zeus looking on, and just little baby tears. And
Little puffy cheek.
Yeah. If this was a TV novella, the screen would be a lot glossier. He'd be saying "porque" a lot. But now he says, "Wait, but then who's the other lightning cloud?" And we see, it's Hera.
It's the Ojo-sama laugh.
Oh yeah, if she had a hand, it'd be up to her mouth. Right?
That's right.
Prometheus says, "Wow, we really make a great team, huh? We could have done another attack with we could never have done an attack with stupid Zeus." And Napoleon says, like, "No, it's because we're so in tune with me, right, Hera?" And Hera says, "Oh, don't fool yourselves, silly little boys. I was only obeying Mama." And Prometheus says, "It's like, you're here because I asked Mama for a girlfriend, so..."
No.
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 No heart.
Aw. And Prometheus just saying, like, "If I could only get that kiss, oh."
I can't wait to hear how she's voiced when we get to her in the anime.
Yeah. I love how you're doing the Dark Helmet action figure voice.
I realized that like
I-
halfway. hey, it's like, hey, I'm the only cloud. Zeus star. This is going offhand. I'm just saying. I realize halfway
The same
through
thing
I
I'm
was
going
doing
to do
that
to you, big boy.
bit. And you too.
I do like that she's like a bride of Frankenstein. Frankenstein, of course, being the modern Prometheus.
Bride of Bummenstein.
We all know when Prometheus. Not forget it.
Yeah, no.
So we turn the page. Little Zeus is peeking out from behind the corner still, and he's thinking, Prometheus, Napoleon, Mama, who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
And then I assume Big Mom is saying,
That girl.
oh, it's so nice to have some glamour around. That's right. The three of us will be unstoppable. And the camera just keeps pushing in on Zeus, who's crying more and more. Like, who is she? Who is she?
Okay,
And then,
this is Zeus's lighting a cigarette in the rain moment.
This is he's walking home with his head down on Arrested Development. Like, look at that the center panels there.
So Nami and Zeus's eyes meet as she's like running past him. It's like, oh, it's Nami, and then Nami's little exclamation point. So we know that she sees him, and he's like, haha. Then she turns her head to him. She gives him the cold shoulder. She's like, no, you gotta fight for me. And Zeus like lowers his head, like, oh.
The quivering lower lip
I know.
sells it.
He's gonna squirt some.
I truly I felt that when I saw that, the little.
You got there is no on the first Zeus panel here. There's no screen tone, and then when it goes kind of dark, when he gets sad, he goes screen tone. And then Mama says, "Oh, there you are, Zeus." Zeus, momentary second of happiness. Oh, Mama, looks like we have a new member. Oh, it'll be so tough as a foursome now. We'll be so strong. And then Big Mom says, "Wrong, Zeus. I don't need you anymore." And everyone's laughing at Zeus like, oh, you left Mama to die, Zeus. How many times have you screwed up? We're better off without you. Mama says, Hera, go and eat Zeus. His soul will make you even stronger. Oh, gladly, Mama. And now Big Bean Mouth Zeus. Mama, why would you? Thanks for the meal, Mr. Zeus. Stop her, Mama. I'm sorry, I always mess up. If you don't want me around, I'll go somewhere else. I'll never bother you again. Just please don't kill me. And Hera's just chomping down. Big Mom says, that would make you nothing but a soul thief, Zeus. If you truly feel sorry, you'll let her eat you and become newfound strength. And then Zeus continues to cry, whoa, save me, Mama. And then Big Mom goes, right, Otama? as if
Peeking
Otama
from
would
behind,
agree.
Yeah, and peeking from behind the panel border.
That's twice on the same. It's twice in 2 pages with people peeking around the corner there. Anyway, Alex, your turn.
Oh,
Okay. So let's see here. And with a zwip, Big Mom picks up Tama like she's a potato chip, and potato Tama, rather. And
I hope she doesn't follow a light Yagami thing here.
yeah, like she gets on a.
I'll grab it, Otama, and eat it.
She gets on a chair.
Well, she has a habit of eating children, so.
She does, yes.
And mothers. So Big Mom says, this will be dangerous, Otama, so let's put you somewhere else. Meanwhile, Nami and Usopp are running frantically. Usopp is grabbing for Tama, who has just been lifted from him. And she
presumably
Tama.
placed several stories up, presumably.
Yes, she plops Tama somewhere, probably up there, up on the balcony there, and she says, now you stay right there. Those are the Straw Hats. They're a bunch of wicked pirates. And as Big Mom continues to run and make with the choppy, chasing Nami and Usopp, Tama pleads, don't. They're my friends. Nami and Usopp, of course, are freaking out. And Nami looks back and sees Zeus being taken a huge bite out of, as if Hera was a Gruff the Crime Dog type, and he was nothing but crime.
I like her new sharp teeth suddenly.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like a Sanji Cloud.
Well, Maddie was saying she looked like Reiju or like Vinsmoke.
Yeah.
I think
I could see
anybody
that.
with their as the coif is gonna end up looking like Sanji.
That one Yakuza woman.
Yes. Butterfly in the Sky. What's her name? I don't know. I don't remember any of the Yakuza leaders' names.
No. There's Doraemon. There's Hair Lady.
There's Doraemon.
There's
Nobita,
Saze-san,
Shizuka, and
Old Man Hyo.
Yes. Zeus is pleading, saying, "I'm sorry for trying to kill you earlier." As we see a flashback, I think, like, "Sorry, Nami, die." But he says, "I'm a coward. I couldn't possibly disobey Mama. I was trying to save myself, so I betrayed you after you were so nice to me. I'm just a sniveling, no good coward." He's really putting his little heart on the line here. And Nami is just running for her life, saying, "I don't care. I told you we'd never be friends again." And he goes, "I know that." This is ridiculous, by the way. She's talking to a cloud. But Zeus.
Alex, we cried over a freaking boat.
Yeah, well, this isn't doing it for me. Sorry, guys. So I'm gonna dunk on this after we're done. Zeus is in full on One Piece tears, saying, "But now they won't take me back here either. I'm all alone in the world. They're gonna kill me. I just don't want to die knowing everyone hates me. It's fine if you don't forgive me. Just watch." And he's got his now he's gonna go for his little what do you call it? What's his face? Finn from The Last Jedi moment here. And he goes, "I'm going to rebel for the first and last time. At least I can make it up to one person as I die." And he gets all lightning-y, and he rushes towards the danger, saying, "Run for safety, Nami. This is how I want to be remembered." And some really cool lighting on Nami here. She says, "Zeus." And we move to the next page.
Steve.
I believe this is me,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Snatch. It's and Zeus is like, "Oh, I'm already out of energy," and gets or what from Nami, Usopp, and Otama is
And
also back in Usopp's arms.
Yes. How did that happen? She was up on the
A
ledge.
bite of gum gum.
Do we know for sure that she was put on a ledge? She could.
Yeah.
Big
I
Mom, she could
mean-
just put her on somewhere else on the floor.
I kind of think she put her behind her, maybe.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure how she gets back to Usopp after that. Anyway,
Crazy, but very unceremoniously, Big Mom stops Zeus right in his tracks and sucks out his soul.
Like Popeye with spinach.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like crushes it, and it just goes boop.
And Nami saying, "Wow, you really are useless." And Big Mom hands off Zeus's soul right to Hera. It's like, yay! Like a little snack, like a bit of chum. And Nami says, Nami prepares a text, and she says, "Fine, last gift of black balls, Zeus. Eat these and make a getaway." And she sends those black balls towards Zeus, but it's no good. He's lost his soul, and he won't eat his favorite snack, as they just go over his mouth. But they go right into Hera, who says, "Thanks for the meal." No, I don't think they do go into her mouth. I think it just they fail to go inside Zeus's mouth, and Hera proceeds to eat Zeus's soul. I almost thought she was eating those balls as well.
I think she's getting some because like the end of the staff is like in her
Yeah,
mouth.
the staff's in her mouth.
That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. On closer inspection, yeah, because she yells out, it was like, "Oh, the power is rippling through me," and Usopp said, "She ate him. Now she's gonna eat me." Oh my god!
Is that like the 5th time in a row that we've?
oh my Usopp, right?
It's it needs to be said. But Tama yells out to Usopp and Nami and says, "We got to run." She's now out of Usopp's arms. She says, "Come on, hurry." And Big Mom says, like, "Oh, Tama, why are you running away from me? I hate when people leave me." Like a sane person says. And she says, "It means I have to kill them," as she's swinging a fiery Napoleon now. And Usopp and Nami are on the run again, but let out a shrill as she brings down Napoleon, but is caught by a giant junk hand. And we hear the beginning of an attack. Punk.
Sam?
Gibson! And then, big kid's big metal hand just like slams the back of Big Mom's head into the ground.
Whammy guitar solo in the background.
Whammy guitar solo in the background. The gifters are going, "Whoa, Big Mom!" Is this Is this a gecko man or
something like that?
So yeah, they fall. Big Mom gets up. She like shakes it off, like, "Kid," and Eustace Kid is saying, "Get lost, Straw Hats. She's mine." And then a big cheer for Captain Kidd. Both the bad guys like being shocked and our heroes being relieved.
So who's that on the center bottom panel?
Have you ever seen Cyborg 009?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Have you ever read Shotaro Ishinomori's adaptation of A Link to the Past?
No, I haven't.
I think that's that's a deeper pull with these guys.
The same guy. The same guy.
Cyborg 002. He kind of has like that bird schnoz and the bird hair.
Anyway. No, but the lady in the middle bottom panel. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, with the big bow.
Yeah. She
It's
just
Nami, isn't it?
Is it? No.
Just Nami on her.
Yeah, that's
it's Nami.
Yeah,
She had that on
that's,
the back of her outfit.
Yeah, it looks like she's got a big bow.
Yeah, she has a bow in the back.
Okay, never mind.
No,
it's David.
Mystery solved.
It's Toki.
No,
It is.
She's
Toki.
back with a bow.
It's a time bow.
But she's got a new bow.
Meanwhile, rooftop, Skull Dome. We hear somebody calling out to our good friend Greg, and then there's Kaido grumbling. The outcome was obvious. You gained a powerful weapon and let it go to your head, boy. Human beings don't give up hope. No. They can't give up hope. That's the problem.
Pulling out some Patrick Sites here.
Yeah. I've been storing up my my grumbles. I should have simply cut your head off and announced my victory. Does it start on the left side or the right? Is it?
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the huff kind of confuses my
Yeah.
my pathways.
You can throw that in wherever, I think.
Okay. I'll just huff along the way. Anyway, then he face palms. It's been a long time since I got worked up like this. I failed. I should have simply cut your head off and announced my victory to everyone. Because now they'll keep believing that you're gonna win, won't they? And Luffy, unconscious, falls off of Onigashima Island. Boom.
Shit.
Next chapter hits May 30th.
Yeah.
Done.
So yes, there is no chapter next week, unfortunately, and we haven't decided what we're doing for next week's show. So we'll see.
No hope as well.
Who would have thought Luffy's being stuck between two buildings moment would have been him just being stuck in the air, in the open air. Somewhere our friend Zach is screaming, reading these last 2 pages. This is it. This is another Luffy is stuck in something moment.
Well, this is like the moment before Luffy goes to fight Crocodile underground.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, or when Crocodile stabs him the first time.
Yes.
Well, I hope
Pell
it's not
comes
like
back.
yeah. I hope it's not like that.
Clearly, Pell's going to catch him. I mean, he's
Yes.
clearly been hiding this whole time.
Marco
Pell, it's like, Pell, what are you doing here? He's like, I really have nothing else to do in this story. I might as well be here.
Hell,
should-
shouldn't you
I
explode
should
and
be
die?
alive.
No.
No, he's alive.
Oh.
No, he's alive.
I know,
Actually,
but
he
it's
and
still-
Toki have been hanging out for a really long time now. Because, she's going to be riding on his back, of course. Come on.
And they're
Pell,
gonna be
you're
like,
alive?
guess who we found on the way here? We found Yorkie.
And
And Pedro. Everybody's back together.
I mean, he's kind of
again.
in pieces, but he's here.
It's just the tail. Oh.
All
all
right.
Only find
Who
the
wants?
pain, not so much the dro.
Who wants to go first? Give their thoughts. David.
Look, I know, I everybody else is gonna say like this is a really good chapter. Like things happened, things toppled
no.
this way and that.
Alex has not. Alex hasn't been hinting that way.
I didn't like this one. I didn't like this one at all. And like, I understand. I functionally understand that this is an important chapter in upping the stakes, in subverting our expectations. Oh no, now Nami will not get Zeus as an upgrade. Oh no, what's happening to Luffy? Oh no, like I am cognizant of the narrative implications. It is fine storytelling in a collected edition. This will flow great, but I don't know. Like, I think it's really this last page that really like sours my whatever gets soured. Grapes.
Oh, really?
Grapes. And it's just because like I'm getting sick of Kaido. I'm just getting sick of this guy because like he just has the one trick, which is that nothing hurts him ever. And I as I was reading it and I was doing the I guess that's him like being out of breath, but that ain't enough for me. Because they've been fighting him for 1 trillion chapters, and I would love it if like he was like bleeding a little, if like he was like on a knee, if like there was some visible sign that there is a toll being taken on his body. And again, like
I'm a little sore.
Yeah, like
actually,
like
Got some tenderness in the arm location.
and like I again like it's Eiichiro Oda drawing like a billion small panels where you have to look at the microscopic inflection of a single brush stroke to get the full storytelling. So like I understand that like he's doing his best to give us those beats, but I want him to show that he's got some I tweeted earlier that Kaido is feeling like the Brock Lesnar of One Piece, and I don't like that because every single Brock Lesnar fight that I ever saw, and I understand that there were deviations, but in my experience of watching a few years of wrestling, every single Brock Lesnar fight was
Went
your
one
favorite
way.
wrestler
Yeah.
fights Brock Lesnar, then Brock Lesnar wins.
Mhm.
And I
Except for Goldberg.
Well, I never saw that one. So and so like
Thunder Bagawa City, bitch.
And again, like I comprehend he's a warlord. He has to be one of the biggest
He is one of the 5 Yonkos. Excuse me.
Wouldn't it be Goko now?
No.
Yeah, well,
That
he can
character
go
from
suck
DBZ
himself.
movie
Like,
9?
it's just driving me up a wall that like the fights in Wano so far, and again, like I guess technically in terms of how the fight, where we are in the fight section of this story arc, we are in early days. It's crazy that we're in the early days of the fighting, but like I want there to be that back and forth. I want there to be a give and take, the slow progression of accrued injuries and damage to the environment that changes the dynamic and the advantages of the different combatants as they fight. And I feel like what it actually is that there's a couple of invincibles that everybody like. It's just all I don't know. Like,
what did you think of a couple chapters ago when Luffy was like knocking Kaido upside the chin?
Yeah, that ruled because it was like, oh hey, the dynamics have shifted, and now Kaido's like,
Right.
no, they haven't. Like, I want.
Well, that's the purpose of not showing what came in between, which Oda has done more and more, and I don't know if I like it all the time.
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
again, like it's shocking.
He'll show it
Next
later,
week-
but
Next
what-
week I'll be like, oh yeah, this is great because like Kaido's gonna be like sitting on the ground and
No,
I don't
not
know,
next
kinda
week. There's no
sad.
chapter next week.
right.
oh
right.
no, this is terrible. All right,
No,
so like
this is clearly
Quite
you
an
know,
interesting episode of the Muppet Show. To be
Yeah,
honest.
this is clearly Shonen Jump on train reading storytelling here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, like-
absolutely.
I don't know. And after last week, when like, oh shit, Nami's gonna get into a fight, and what it actually was Nami's gonna do one attack and then instantly lose. Like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
David, sorry to cut you off here, but wanna know what that attack was called? It was called Blue Ball Tempo.
oh boy, yeah, it just like again this. And I'm sorry that I've been charging ahead. I'm sorry that I've been all grumpy. I will cede my position, but I just it felt like last week I should have taken you guys up on being here. Last week was all candy, and this week it was like no candy. We have candy at home. I'm gonna get a cup of black coffee on the way home, and then I don't know, you're going straight to bed.
You can't do that; it'll keep you up.
All right, who wants?
I could see that dynamic with Kaido and like Yamato.
Yeah.
Kaido's drunk driving anyway.
Jesus Christ.
All right, who wants to go next? Sam?
Okay. So when I like was on Twitter this morning and like I didn't read the chapter yet, I just saw people like I saw people being disappointed. Like, oh, I was hoping Nami would get a real fight, and I was disappointed when I read that. I was like, oh no, like I haven't even read the chapter yet. But apparently it's all a big letdown. But then when I actually read it, I kind of loved the chapter a lot because I think it's pretty obvious that Ulti's gonna get back up and she's gonna be madder than ever, and she's gonna pull out some crazy like Pachyocephalosaurus power that makes no sense, and Nami's gonna get Zeus back, and they're gonna do some cool team up finishing move on Ulti.
Well, I don't know. As Greg pointed out in his big tweet thread, that if that happens, it makes Big Mom look incompetent.
But I feel
Exactly.
like Big Mom's just like playing with her toys right now.
Yeah.
It's not like it was Big Mom that ate Zeus. It was Hera.
Well, like
Yeah.
if Big Mom's attack wasn't enough to finish Ulti off, then that makes Big Mom look like she's not trying that hard
I
or
see.
looks weak.
Sorry, I was thinking.
But I don't know if that's true. Like Ulti, she's like they're talking about like the Tobi Roppo are kind of next in line to become lead performers. So like I bet Ulti's like really strong, and taking a hit from Big Mom would maybe level her in a fight with Nami a little more fairly.
I was looking at the art because I was like, oh my god, did they just kill a character in one piece? And of course they didn't. Like if you look really carefully, the blast isn't going straight through her chest. It's gonna glance her side. It's more off to the side of her torso than straight
Yeah.
through her.
And like seeing her laying down on the ground unconscious is almost like there's you pity her a little bit. Like you're kind of not sure between like Ulti and Big Mom, like who's like the bigger villain who needs to be taken out like right this second. Especially since Big Mom's got a weird relationship with Tama. And transitioning into the Kid versus Big Mom is cool because I think I'm guessing that we need a fight where Kid goes toe to toe with Big Mom because Kid's on his path to being probably also another emperor or a sub emperor like Luffy.
He's always been
Yeah.
billed as being the strongest of the supernovas aside from Luffy. So I guess him being able to at least fight with Big Mom makes sense.
Yeah, like that'll be. I mean, if this was going absolutely crazy, like what if this arc ends with Luffy beating Kaido and Kid beating Big Mom, and then like that's what they're known for in the world.
Big Mom.
I don't know if it's going to go that extreme, but
Big Mom hardly ever uses her devil fruit powers in fighting. She uses them other times, but all of her fighting,
like,
all of her
I
fighting is
consider-
power based. It's all hockey based.
yeah, I mean, well, I consider the Zeus and
Well, that's true.
Prometheus and stuff to be
That's
part of her
Right.
devil fruit powers. And I really liked the finale with Kaido and Luffy. Like I like that there's a big, it's a big panel that takes up most of the spread. I like that he's letting there be a lot of like negative space because normally he would just like cram it full of speed lines and other background details. And I always wish that he would let more panels just feel big and open in more modern stuff. And Like I'm always like itching to know more about like what is Kaido's deal. Like he feels like sorrowful, like he does not like that this is how life is basically. So like what's his real like stance? What's he come down to like when you really get down to it? Like and I like that we're touching on that again because we've kind of put that aside for a while and just like let him be this big bad for the sake of being a big bad. And like what David was saying, like I thought this is exactly the kind of push and pull that I like, where you get the hero, figure something out, he's like putting the smack down on Kaido, you feel the tables turning, but then when it turns out that that's not enough, that's dramatically not enough, it's now the stakes feel like extra high, and now we get to see the scenery change for like the next stage of the fight, because there's got to be like round 3, Luffy versus Kaido, and it's probably not going to be on Onigashima, it might be somewhere else in Wano. That's all exciting to me.
All right, Kelly.
So I was kind of straight down the middle with this chapter. It felt kind of quick, but it also felt like it was like a very functional chapter to move some pieces around. I think that the way everything is set up right now, it's very challenging to kind of see, like you were talking before, Sam, about whether Nami will continue on with that fight or whether, something else will go on with Alti. Just because so many players are moving around and you've got these like really, really strong characters, kind of sitting. So it kind of lends itself where she could maybe finish Alti off.
If Oda gave us last week's cliffhanger where Nami's like very dramatically being like, I'm going to kick her ass, like, and then that just like, goes nowhere, then that really sucks.
It would be very disappointing because you want to see Nami have those moments, the Thunderbolt.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say like because I don't know why Oda would draw a cliffhanger like that if he didn't think he had something cool in mind. Although I felt that way with the Odin twist a few weeks ago too. So who knows?
And it's very possible, but I think what makes it slightly unpredictable is because you've got all these like big players moving around all the time and then encountering other characters. Just like with Robin. Who I'm sure we'll see at some point, but now that Brooke is there, like who's going to be the one who's really going to be contributing to that battle? So I think it's very kind of up in the air at the moment. I do not think that Zeus is down for the count. I'm kind of got some thing in my mind where he did get a couple of those energy ball things, maybe gulped one while he's inside of Hera, because I need Nami to have a mount.
Well, how does this whole like cloud eating cloud thing work? Like can Zeus's personality overpower Hera's, or?
I kind of wonder if it's just going to turn out to be, Hera stays with Big Mom and Zeus goes with Nami, and then maybe like down the road there's cloud battle. I think it just really depends on like where Big Mom ends up in this, or like what state of defeat or not defeat she's in.
The soul thief comment is interesting. Like,
yeah. I thought that was really, really interesting too.
Would that not be the greatest cat burglar of them all?
That's what I mean. Like to steal that from an emperor, like
to steal an emperor's own soul.
Yeah. So I still do think she's going to be like riding into that final battle with her cloud mount. Because I feel like they did enough sort of like mini redemption there with that conversation where she'd accept him if he gets out of this. So I don't think Zeus is down for the count just yet. With regards to like Kaido and everything like that, I'm kind of like straight down the middle with that. I do like when we see glimpses of Kaido's sort of personal struggle, and sometimes it makes me wonder like what is the thing that's going to really turn the tide of this battle? Is it going to be something, obviously he's going to punch the living daylights out of it at some point, but like how much of that sort of emotional thing or mental thing is going to kick into that leads to like a change or defeat in Kaido? I think we're probably going to start to see a battle on the ground at some point, unless Luffy's going to be caught. Because I'm wondering like how far he's going to fall, because it's just really hard to tell where everyone's going to be positioned. So I think that's been the biggest challenge for me, just with these chapters week to week. I find myself going back and reading where everyone is, because so many moving parts are happening right now.
Like thinking about the last time we saw Jinbei, or Frankie.
Yeah. or even Robin had spent a little bit of time too, you know, and you know, now with Zorro kind of, at least for now, down for the count. Who knows how long that will last? But you know, you're starting to see some of the bigger powerhouses getting out of the running. So I'm wondering if that means we're going to get a chance to see some of these other characters do something cool, more than they have anyway.
All right.
One thing that we also haven't seen is Tama still hasn't triggered the gifters yet. She hasn't swapped that tide.
Mm-hmm.
True.
All right, Alex, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought this was a huge bummer of a chapter. Yeah, the Nami thing I'm really mad about. Like, why would you do this? Like, why would you tease us like this? Especially because we haven't seen her use her like new Gleam attack ever, really. Even before it got upgraded, she like barely used it, even on even like post time skip. So like, I want to see all of her upgraded moves, like from the OG Gleam attack. You know, like this looked. It was a very cool looking attack. Don't get me wrong, and yeah, you took out some cannon fodder, but I was really excited for something substantial here.
Yeah.
I didn't. Big Mom didn't have to do this. She didn't have to like. Yes, the Mazer cannon is very cool looking. I thought it was really dope, but at the same time, like I don't understand why we have to diminish Nami like that.
And Big Mom doesn't need that when you think about it. She's been formidable all this time without that.
Like, we get it.
Well, it's something for Zeus to be left out of, I think. I think this is a Zeus.
So that gives me that brings me my next thing. It makes us become a Zeus chapter, which is fine, I guess. I don't care about Zeus. Like, I
get it. I only care about her in context of with Nami. Like, if Nami gets him, then I care.
Sure. I just want that to happen. For me, Zeus is like a little funny character. He's kind of a, you know, but he's, at the end of the day, he's a weapon. And this isn't me diminishing, you know, the Going Merry thing. That's different. The Going Merry is practically a crew member. You know, we've seen the journey of the Going Merry from the very beginning.
Their home.
Yeah, there's an entire arc dedicated to trashing the Going Merry to get a new ship. Like, I don't see Zeus as nearly an equivalent. I thought the Zeus stuff is probably the best stuff of the chapter, honestly. But at the same time, I feel like too much time was spent on it. Like, I don't know. I feel like this chapter seemed like kind of a mess to me in terms of how it's structured, in terms of what happens. Like, to what end is all of this happening? Well, you know, yeah, Nami will probably get Zeus at some point, and it will Ulti be Nami's opponent? Maybe. I don't know. Like, maybe page one and, like, Big Mom being there might be there just so that Nami and Usopp can have a handicap against page one and Ulti, which I think kind of sucks, because how else are you going to show that, you know, the two most human characters have succeeded in, you know, their journey to become stronger? I think that is a huge bummer, more so even than Nami not really getting a cool shot off of Ulti in this. I think it's just the, you know, moving forward, what could possibly happen with Nami and Usopp? What could they possibly do in terms of having fight matchups? And it seems like, yeah, that Big Mom's there to tenderize the, you know, the other players so that they can have a fighting chance, which is a little cheap to me. I do think that, yeah, Zeus is not down for the count. You know, he's got the black balls. You know, he'll probably like burst out of Hera or something like that. Whatever. Kid versus Big Mom, I think, is pretty boss. Kid is really cool. He has cool power. Sure, let's see him fight. But at the very you know, heart of it, I thought this was a kind of a bummer of a chapter. And the Kaido and Luffy stuff, I'm fine with. I just think that it's weird to kind of tack this on at the end of this one. It just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed like a very disjointed chapter in terms of everything that was being put into it. So whatever happens to Luffy, that's fine. This is usually how his final battles tend to go anyway. He's usually at the end of his rope. And then he comes back in some way, shape, or form. He's going to fall in the Flower Capital, and they're going to lift him up Spider-Man 2 style. That's fine. I think that the most interesting thing about this whole thing is Kaido and what he's saying. We all remember that his hobby is suicide, and maybe this was his like chance to be finally, taken down. Somebody could finally, put an end to Kaido's suffering or whatever. Why ever he wants to, be dead. But I think that we still don't have enough information as far as the end of the chapter goes, which is why I'm kind of perplexed about it. Anyway,
Alex, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the stinger at the end of this chapter would have fit way better at the end of last week's chapter. Because last week, there's multiple characters all going, all right, well, at least Luffy's got everything buttoned up top. Or Yamato says, like, there's only 2 people up top. I've got to get up there. Like, there's a lot of setup for, hey, we should check in and see what's happening with Luffy. It's really
you could put it at the beginning of this episode. You could put it at the beginning of this chapter, too.
I get, but, like, there's not that page where somebody goes, like, well, at least Luffy's got everything okay. Flip page. Oh, no. Like, that dramatic reveal isn't there.
Yeah, I think that Greg tweeted out last week about like this end stinger with Nami, that really cool moment, is that that was basically there because she ranked so high on the character poll. Which does make sense to me. If that were at the beginning of this chapter, it would have made it seem a little more coherent and flow a little better. But you have that cool moment, which I really enjoyed last week, but at the end of the day, it probably would have been better here. And like you say, David, if you switched those 2 last pages around with each other, I think that would have probably have been that would have made this flow a little better, honestly. So,
all right, Steve, what do you got?
All right, I'll be super quick. When I read it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I think observing it now a little more closely, there are some problems. Yeah, just Ulti being taken out by Big Mom instead is it's a letdown. I'm gonna be honest about that. I almost thought, I really hope like Nami getting that moment at the end of 1012 wasn't just hometown pop, set the crowd home happy, but we're not going to push you. Actually, we're going to send you back down the card after this. I know Big Mom could take out Ulti, and the Mazer Cannon's cool. I think I would have rather just prolong that and have her use that against Kid. Kid's cool and all. I don't know. I'm not excited to see Kid versus Big Mom, to be honest with you. But maybe I should be, because Kid, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, in the One Piece story, hasn't done a whole lot. So
he doesn't have depth like Drake or Law or Bonnie or
No.
Capone at this point. He's fallen behind in development throughout the. We've only seen clips of him until now in the New World.
I thought the Zeus stuff was kind of, it wasn't heartbreaking. This wasn't like a Senor Pink flashback, but it was like the dopey little cloud is sad. But I was expecting, it was almost like end of Evangelion. It's like, oh, you're gonna have your guy next moment, right? No, he actually he screws up and loses anyway. Mm-hmm. And I did not see that coming. I thought it was gonna be another Nami. It's like, okay, we're friends again, and Zeus says, "I'm sorry." But who knows? Maybe we'll get like a Majin Buu thing where it's just like Zeus somehow like being eaten still kind of exists whole inside Hera. Maybe we're gonna go inside Hera and rescue Zeus. I don't think so, but I'm just closing out the reference there. And I'll be honest with you, seeing Luffy get chucked up Onigashima, I was like, oh, here we go. It's are you gonna land between 2 buildings again, Luffy? And I think, and then seeing that we have a week off in between this. It almost felt like an artificial cliffhanger. It felt like a cliffhanger by numbers. It wasn't a great chapter. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, yeah, this is kind of. I thought like the biggest surprise was just the fact that Zeus didn't have a triumphant moment there. And I always suspected that, I think Kid even said previous chapters he was going after Big Mom. But I don't know. I thought we were just over, Kaido being like, you can't beat me even though you're unconscious. I could see you rolling your eyes at me. But let's see what happens. You can't judge a full story one chapter at a time. But then again, that's what we do, right?
Right. No other option. No, it's we do it 2 weeks at a time right now. But yeah. So, did you have any final thoughts there?
No, that's it.
Okay. As for me, I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle on this chapter, because as a matter of fact, I think Ulti was way too overpowered. I think for Nami to fight in the first place. I do kind of like the Big Mom thing because it actually makes it realistic to me that Nami, as she's presented in this series, could beat Ulti as she is presented, as she has been booked to be absurdly like tough Ulti to this point. Like not like Page One. Page One gets beaten a lot. Ulti actually seems like the stronger of the two, and I think like it sort of shows Nami's determination. I think to continue this fight because I'm really hoping that is where it's going. Big Mom's attack is really really cool. Yeah, I'm not so much bothered about. I will be bothered if Nami doesn't get that victorious moment, but I think I do like the element of chaos that Big Mom introduces into everything, and that even if she's just sort of playing with her new Hera toy and making up attacks on the spot, that she'll still be able to pretty much just toss something off and destroy somebody like Ulti. It really shows, I think, relative power. And I don't say power levels, but like, we have to have it doesn't have to be all magical every time. It has to be some sort of consistency here. There's got to be. We've seen how tough Ulti is throughout all of these fights, and I think Nami can get her into a position where she can pretty much snipe her like Usopp would. I think that's sort of their talent, and I think that's kind of why they're together in this fight.
I miss the days when they were using their smarts to overcome their enemies. It's
yeah.
I think that's the thing that's bumming me out is that we haven't seen that in quite a while.
I really hope that is like you get a. I mean, Alabasta is so good, and especially for Usopp and Nami. Like, if they get to team up and do something like that, that would be really cool. But it's
actually like I think what's really good about the Alabasta fights is I think other than Zoro, who just, I mean, well, you could argue at this point he was using haki. Sanji, Nami, and Usopp and Chopper's fights were all about just outsmarting their enemies, being clever. I think even Luffy with the blood on his hands, that's being clever. But now it's just it's like how Dragon Ball fights got diminished from martial arts bouts to just like beam battles. I mean,
right.
Look no further than this chapter.
Well, I mean, I've been vocal in my dislike of Space God bullshit. And I think One Piece, by the nature of its powers, has to do more creativity on that end. But yes, you're all right that these fights are incredibly overpowered, and it does sort of leave characters like Nami and Usopp behind because they don't have supernatural like physical powers. They have intelligence, and I think that's what we're going for. Hopefully, they get to do a team up. And yeah, the cliffhanger is I do like the concept of cliffhanger by numbers, and it just I don't know. I don't know if Oda plans this week, but it feels cheaper to me when it's before a 2-week break. So
yeah,
like that's just how I feel about it.
It almost like the line Kaido says, because now they'll keep believing that you're going to win, won't they? I almost
is he talking to me?
Like yes, like it almost feels like Oda himself, like I don't know, Kaido's dragonfish face just changes to the fish that Oda always draws himself as, and he's winking at me through the manga pages.
Kaidota.
It's almost like the dialogue should just be, Are you really gonna believe this shit? You know, it's like that's pretty much what it's saying. It's like, of course Luffy's gonna get up and beat Kaido. That's why I don't get too torn up on like, man, how is Luffy gonna be able to beat an emperor? I'm like, well, he's gonna.
He's the main character.
Yeah, it's like
that Stan Lee video.
Well,
whoever wins a fight is whoever I want to win.
Well, yeah, exactly, and I think that's kind of going back to some of our frustrations with like Nami too. Is that like, in as much as we can point out that like, well, Nami's power level doesn't match Ulti's. Of course, they're unmatched. They're Nami gets to beat Ulti if Oda just writes it that way, and so it would be nice if the effort was put into the orchestration of the fight.
I think the thing that sucks about having a series that has been running this long is that, it's a shonen, so obviously it's going to be about, our heroes overcoming, the great evil. And when you have a series that's gone on this long and you've seen that so many times, obviously you get some fatigue when it comes to that kind of thing. Right now, I think we're obviously invested in the story of Wano and how everything is going to come full circle. And in my personal opinion, I think Wano is definitely one of the most interesting arcs that Oda has penned. However, we also are here to watch our heroes do something extraordinary. We've got a bunch of characters who are in the middle of their fights, and we haven't seen them, as you all have mentioned, and it's kind of, I don't know. I think we're all ready for some. We want to be tired of winning, right? So to speak.
I'd like the Straw Hats to start winning fights. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's at this point, it's a little, we're feeling a little fatigued, and honestly, that's gonna come with reading stuff week to week. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's all I got. So, shall we move on into the anime recap, and then we'll do some piece together.
This is the anime recap for episode 974. Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. I'm your host Sam, and today with me we have, joining us once again, we have Ed.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, only one sentence in the title this week.
It's weird. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Somebody was telling me that it probably has happened, but they didn't give me any examples.
Well, Wikipedia has all the full Japanese titles up there, so you can always check, but like...
You can't really control F one sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how many sentences?
It's so weird.
The title card this week begins at 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And it opens with Shinobu's giving her big speech to the crowd, telling them what Odin has been doing for them for the past 5 years. And Fukurokuju appears, DBZ appears, grabs her wrist. I noticed that his earlobes have not gone all the way down to the ground yet.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I guess it takes a
Shinobu
couple
looks
decades.
a lot different too, so...
Yeah. Bodies change.
Things sag to the floor.
The crowd is talking about they're talking amongst themselves. They're realizing how cruel of a shogun Orochi really is, and what Odin has been selflessly doing for the country this whole time. There's one dude in the crowd who's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about Odin," but he's just like not wearing a shirt for some reason. Like he really stands out. He was watching Odin do his thing. He's like, "Oh, I could be shirtless too." And the crowds they're all like begging for his apology, and the Akazaya 9 are like, "Oh, don't worry about them, Odin. They're just brown nosers." And then Odin, without really listening to them, is like, "Thanks, everyone. I'll do my best."
This whole episode is sort of it's got some cool flourishes, but otherwise it's really just, it's basically the same episode as it was as last week, except it just sort of finishes the story. It's not necessarily a story that needs 2 episodes, but...
Well, it's of two minds. Like, I'm kind of, it feels bad to like go back to like a slower pace where they're trying to buy where the anime is clearly trying to buy as much time as they can. But also like I think there is somewhat of an intention to, convey the experience of like waiting an hour
I can see that.
We're kind of in the moment. We're waiting for this hour to tick down. Otherwise, it would be like you have 1 hour, and then the camera cuts, and it's an hour later. And
Well, I mean, but also, yeah, I guess we only just sort of got to the beginning of that last week. Maybe all the lead up to that didn't. Well,
I mean, it's not literally an hour for us.
No, I know.
It's still you still have to wait for some duration of time. The narrator is saying that the temperature of the oil surpasses 700 degrees Celsius, which is like that's kind of absurd, isn't it?
Well, hockey and such, and stuff like that.
I mean, like, what's because Celsius, that's a bigger, like 100 Celsius is hotter than 100 Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah, 100 Celsius is the boiling point of water. Which is like 200 something Fahrenheit.
Oh, so no, I was wrong then. So it's probably
if it's 700 degrees Celsius, it's actually much hotter.
Yeah, I was thinking like I don't know the conversion. I was thinking I had the conversion wrong.
Well, Celsius makes it easy because 0 is the freezing point of water and 100 is the boiling point of water.
Right. So as this is going on, we've got arrow messengers shooting their arrows and sending the news across the country.
They make sure to say that the messenger arrows of Wano can go really far, really long distances.
Yeah, and so it's like kind of it's the old timey equivalent of like everyone gathered around the TV and like watching.
No, it's the old equivalent of it's another old version of lighting all of those signal fires in Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like because you got Yasue who's like opening the thing and reading the news, so it's like almost like he's watching through like Baba's crystal ball or something.
Yeah, we don't have any crystal.
He's just getting it through like news. He's just getting through little arrows shot with like written pieces of paper on it.
We don't have any crystal balls in the world of One Piece except for Madame Charlie.
Yeah, so we literally have crystal balls in One Piece. So they're talking about how the Kozuki clan closed the country a long time ago to protect itself from a powerful force. The world awaits a powerful figure, and the country must be open and cooperative when that person arrives. And this is Odin's, his message, his goal.
This really gets to the sort of the heart of why Odin has to go on this really ultimately very selfish journey of his. Like, if he hadn't left, maybe. I don't know. Maybe none of this bad stuff would have happened to Wano, but it's more important in the historical sense of figuring out.
It's the way he's the cog in the machine,
right? These uncover the mysteries of 800 years ago.
That's his role in bringing fate to fruition, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of the idea of One Piece oftentimes in general. It's like the more you enact your freedom, the more you like make fate possible, basically. And he's telling the Yakuza 9, like, yeah, by the way, these guys are definitely going to kill me, even if I survive this 1 hour. On my behalf, open up Wano. And you got Orochi just like kicking his sake dish around like, this isn't going how I wanted it to.
They do some cool stuff with like montages showing stuff going on around Wano and showing reactions to, because otherwise it's just a guy standing in hot oil for a whole episode.
Yeah. So the time ticks down, and he brings us to the eye catch of the episode. The first eye catch is Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Usopp on the Mary. Like Usopp's trying to peel Luffy away from the Mary's head. And then the returning eye catch is Hiyori kicking Momo to her parents' amusement. And there's notably no like the actual eye catch music isn't there. It's the more ominous soundtrack.
I like when they do that. You can't do that every episode, obviously, but
right, yeah,
loses effectiveness.
Yeah, so Odin, he's still doing his Odin thing. He's lifting everyone above his head. He's remembering his adventures with Whitebeard and Roger. Eventually, the hour concludes, and the crowd cheers, like, yay, he did it. He's going to get to go free. Everything's going to be okay. Cat and dog start bickering because I think Cat Viper was egging Kaido on. I think this is supposed to be like the origin of Cat Viper and Dogstorm's rivalry, right? This is the first time that they bicker, and this is the thing that they've forgotten about.
I guess, but mean, they always sort of squabbled. Like, I was thinking about like the scenes with like Cat Viper eating hot food and he can't handle it and getting yelled at. But
Oh yeah, that's true.
this
'Cause
is
I just remember.
I don't know. It's not like anyone. Cat Viper can't. Nobody could blame him for this. Like, he'd already made up his mind. He was going to kill him anyway. So, I mean, they did argue, but I don't think this was like. Maybe this wasn't. Maybe it was the beginning of their feud, but it didn't seem like it.
Because Momo, when Momo was talking to Cat Viper and Dogstorm on Zoe, made it sound like their bickering started, with Odin's death somewhere.
Huh. Oh, okay.
And I remember this chapter in the manga coming out. Like there was that one panel of them bickering. It's like, is that it? Is that the whole?
Mm.
Or no? I think maybe next week they like something.
Well, when they go to Odin Castle,
something like that.
Mm.
Trying to remember. Anyway, the pirates start shooting at the crowd. They're not taking the loss too lightly. And Odin's saying, "I'm counting on you guys. Open the land of Wano." And he like throws everybody out of the pot, staying in the pot himself. But the 9 are free to go, and they're running and trying to stay out of gunfire. And they're having these film reel memories of each of them meeting Odin.
I actually got a little emotional watching that. That was good. That was really good.
Yeah. I like seeing. I mean, they're all like memories of like Odin scolding them or getting into a fight with them. Or I remember being really curious, like, what's Conjuro's memory going to be? Like, there aren't really
getting punched
memories.
in the face, right?
Yeah, it's getting punched in the face. That was really funny. Just like to sit there wondering, like, oh, what's Conjuro's going to be? And then Conjuro starts, and the first thing, pow.
Foreshadowing, maybe.
And like while all this is happening, like Kaido's drinking like furiously, like his eyes are locked on the scene. He's just like pouring sake into his mouth, like it's like he's like gulping like water like a fish. And then Kaido pulls out a gun. He's like, "All right, I guess I'll finish you off with a gun." And Odin's eyes spark red, and he's like, "Don't underestimate my retainers." And then Kaido was talking about how he killed the old woman because he didn't feel good about tricking Odin on the battlefield. I mean, at least they give us a shot of the woman's face, so we know who he's talking about. Because I remember being very confused by that in the manga.
Yeah, it's weird because we never see that old guy either. I guess he's just forgotten about.
Yeah,
and we know he's dead because his power is,
Oh, you're right. I was about to say he's gonna come back.
No.
And Odin saying, "Build your strength while you can. I'm happy if people simply talk about me over a drink." And he's thinking about his family. He says, "All right, guys, I'm off."
Well, they do the calligraphy on the screen with the poetry.
Yeah, I love the poetry. The Odin wouldn't be Odin. And I love he's doing the kabuki poses. I love the ukiyo-e, like waterfall, like waves and waterfalls and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like the blue and the orange fire and stuff.
Well, the whole they've had the purple smoke and the orange fire for the whole last 2 episodes, and I like that whole color scheme. So.
He's doing the kabuki thing. Odin wouldn't be Odin if blam gets shot. The crowd is like kind of shocked, but then they suck in air and they finish the phrase for him.
I didn't really get that.
It wasn't boiled.
I didn't really get that in the manga. Like, I don't remember like the audience shouting that other part and completing it.
Oh no, that was definitely there.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, but it wasn't something that had like stuck in my head.
The like rhythm or the pace of the scene is like there's definitely a lot to play with. And the anime, because like Odin's doing, he knows he's dying, so he's just like striking a pose to be cool.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to be in the oil anymore, but he is.
Right, and it's like you can almost kind of play with, like, you almost think he's gonna do something heroic, and then blam, like the music cuts out and he's dead. But the music doesn't really cut out. It kind of like keeps going, like it's all part of one like pre-written performance. And you get shot, you start sinking into the oil. The shot of like his eyes closing in the oil is kind of weird because it's like, are his like exposed eyeballs just like burning up in that scene?
Well, he's already been in there for an hour. There's just an aspect of, it's not going to be the oil that kills him.
And then the last shot is really, really good where it's you see him sinking like in a profile. You see his silhouette, and he does the big smile, and then you can kind of see the smile from outside of the oil as he's like slowly sinking in and like falling in and like evaporates basically. And then we get a big fancy to be continued card with like the black screen and all these pink cherry blossoms kind of exploding outward at the audience.
Yeah, that was they've really done that before, have they?
I mean, not that exact thing. I mean, they've done fancy and to be continued cards before.
Well, I liked the way they did it here. So,
general thoughts on this episode, Ed?
I feel like it was a painful episode to watch again, like last week's episode. And I feel like you kind of have to watch them. It would be better if you watched them together. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more watching them back to back because they flow just so directly. But otherwise, you know, it's a good episode. I liked all the flourishes with like the film and the haiku writing on the screen and the cherry blossoms and the use of the negative space where he's like, you know, just see his teeth, like the teeth of the last thing left. The emotion of the Akazaya 9, I think, was definitely there. Although I do have to say about someone pointed out to me that Odin's voice actor is like in his 70s, I think.
No, I think Brian pointed out that he's like literally 80.
Yeah, it's like watching the last couple of seasons of Lupin, and Kiyoshi Kobayashi has been voicing Jigen since 1969, and it's like, but except this, like at this point, it's not as bad as when he was like a teenager being voiced by an 80-year-old man, but it's it doesn't seem quite right. It just having that pointed out to me, and just,
like I can hear it, but like it's still like it doesn't distract me. I don't feel like I'm hearing somebody who's like old and slowing down. And
well, there was already something that I didn't. It felt off about the voice.
Well, his voice was always felt higher to me than I expected.
Yeah, and not. I don't know. I just thought he would be cooler. He would sound cooler. But otherwise, it was an emotionally affecting episode, though.
And then there's Masako Nozawa, who's just like more energetic than ever somehow.
It's amazing.
What were you saying, Ed?
No, it's a good episode overall.
Yeah, I remember when I read this in the manga, it was a chapter that really stuck out to me as like, okay, this is a chapter that the anime really needs to like bring home. Like there's like a couple things that need to be like a little more fleshed out or paced differently, or like, you know, the music can bring it together. And I think the anime did kind of the bare minimum to meet my expectations for that. Like I do like it. I do think it was a good episode. I feel like the material, there's like so much to work with. There, like you could have really blown this out and gotten real fancy with it. Which I don't know if we quite got that, but otherwise, I think it's a good episode. This episode and last one, it has the problem of, you know, we're drifting back into regular One Piece anime pacing, and it's for a dramatic purpose, but still not quite ideal.
We'll see what happens. I guess next episode.
Yeah,
because it's still in the flashback. Next week is pretty much whole flashback.
We got like one or two more episodes, I think. All right. Anything else you guys want to, or you specifically, Ed, want to say before we move on to the next segment?
No. I'm excited to get back to current times, but that's still a few weeks away.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Okay. This is the Piece Together segment. We're going to take your questions, your comments, your theories on what Nami's going to do and all sorts of things. So, who's going to save Luffy? Will it be Pell? Who knows?
Nami's going to do what Nami's going to do.
Damn right.
All right. So, our first segment of the Piece Together is Dispiece. How is our Discord looking, Sam?
Our first Dispiece this week comes from Reverse Ipanema. Hey, OPP, is the reason we call this chapter a BM because Hera eats Zeus ass first? You see any way for Nami to get the predicted cloud power up?
Kelly, you had a theory about that earlier. You thought he got some of the black balls, right?
Yeah, I just figure since the staff is in Hera's mouth, I mean, there's a chance.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think he got some of the black balls. I think he can either he can like take over Hera, like they can just like switch personalities or something.
and also
or
I'm
he just like
thinking,
pulls out of her or something.
yeah, and also I'm kind of thinking like, okay,
With the
you
power of
threw
love.
him in there, but that probably means that his soul is still in there because Hera's trying to eat it. So if he can just get energized enough to get out.
Yeah, how does that work? How, like different parts of Big Mom's soul have like different like personalities and different
And they're apparently able to function
responsibilities
while she is elsewhere.
Yeah, I wonder how that is going to work because, you did see a lot of like flaky kind of, like, I'm going to kill you. Oh, I'm sorry. Like instability from Zeus. So I'm wondering if this will sort of like turn.
What's
him
it mean
into a
when your
better
own
character.
soul betrays you?
It's a good question.
When Big Mom gets KO'd, is it like Sugar, where just like her power's undone, so the whole infrastructure of Whole Cake Island is just destroyed?
Well, if that's the case, then we're definitely going to not get Zeus's amount unless.
Yeah.
No, she was knocked out when she landed on Wano. So
That's true,
Yeah.
and she couldn't remember anything, so maybe
Yeah,
even
that's
that
true.
would have made her lose.
You'd have
her
to kill
hold
her.
on stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to cancel her souls out.
So that's interesting.
Nor
so if she-
does there seem to be a range limit.
So if she gets killed, then would Zeus be done? Could
So
Nami
is
just
it
be
like-
flying
She died,
around
yeah.
and then yeah?
Is it like a Gecko Moria thing where he's just like, all right, fine, I'll do it.
Right. What's the next
Our
question?
this piece, I guess this is one for Steve. Big Mike asks, when Dellinger turned 17 and you can show him his first R-rated movie, what would you show him?
Jaws.
You know the
Piranha.
Doflamingo family has shown him much worse.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, like he like
He's probably
I don't
seen
know.
Solo.
what's the fuck that movie? I don't
He
know.
watched Hellraiser when he was like 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Requiem for a Dream when I was 7. It's like what more can I do for that child?
Yeah.
That
My
he hasn't
friends-
already seen.
My friend's like 6-year-old younger brother watching us play like Gears of War and stuff.
Oh, it's a human centipede.
Yeah, Dellinger's probably seen a Serbian film.
Ooh.
No.
What would be a
Don't-
fun
don't-
R-rated
fan.
movie?
Don't.
What would be
Google
a
that.
fun R-rated movie to show Dellinger? I think it'd be more like that.
Meatballs?
There you
Meatballs.
go.
Show 'em meatballs, I guess.
Our next this piece comes from Grim, who says, "Ahoy, hoy, guys! So, question for Steven if he's on. Did Steven have? I think Joe was asking Steven.
I'm a Steven.
Hey,
Steve, what's your opinion on Japanese? So for Big Mom combo attack, Maser Cannon.
Very proud people.
Oh, is the translation for Big Mom's combo attack directly Maser Cannon, or was it your choice? Either way, it's nuts how many layers of cool that is having Big Mom use something that's connected to the Godzilla movies in some way. Also using that move against kaiju, like ulti, basically everything we've been saying in the episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Like ulti is just so
I-
great.
I think Joe asked ahead of time since Steven wanted
Yes.
to be on the episode, and he said it was straight up. It was Maser Cannon. He didn't change anything. That's what I remember seeing.
Now, knowing that it's canon that Big Mom watches Godzilla movies, what do you think her favorite might be? Also, who would win in a fight, Godzilla or Mom Mozilla?
I cede this to David Bednar.
What about Bridezilla?
Wait,
That's pudding.
It's
Pudding?
Bridezilla.
Bridezilla.
Yeah, Bridezilla.
What do you think, David? What's her favorite Godzilla movie?
Big Moms?
Yeah.
Oh, Orga, because that's that would be Godzilla 2000, which features the monster Orga, the monster that tries to eat Godzilla.
Ah. All right.
Nice.
Kindred spirits.
You think it would be Godzilla in 1997 because Godzilla was a mom in that movie, a big mom.
Yes.
I mean, Shin Godzilla kind of was too. At the very end of that.
Big Mom's watching 98 Godzilla going, ma, that's one big pile of fish.
Our next diss piece comes from Puppy the Scholar, who says, "Hey, OPP, I can't believe what happened to Ulti. Actually, I can completely believe what happened to Ulti. Do you think Page 1 will get a final wind, or do you think he's down for good? Also, if they were at full health, which one of the two would you rather take in a fight, Ulti or Page 1?
Page 1.
Page 1.
Yeah, Ulti seems more.
Yeah.
He's not. Page 1's not. He doesn't have heart. He gets beaten down every time.
Ulti will go for the balls.
Right.
Yes.
Definitely.
like a chimpanzee.
Plus, I've just always wanted to meet Shinsuke Nakamura, so
Right. All right. Was there any more dispiece?
Yes, there's quite a few.
Okay.
We have a dispiece from Black Gendo, who says, I'm 50-50 on Luffy landing on dry land or being saved by someone. Who would be the most ridiculous to save the plummeting Straw Hat now? I mean, Devin just
I
got
think
so-
you know
the title
I
of this
think you know the
episode.
answer.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know the-
Don't make us tap the episode image.
All right.
Our next dispiece comes from Pre-Solo, who says, Hey, OPP, I know people might be disappointed that Nami won't be getting her one-on-one fight with Ulti, but what if Oda decided that instead she and Usopp take on Hera and Prometheus? I'm of the opinion that Ulti's getting back up. I think it's
I mean,
I think
I want
it's over.
that. I want that team up, but to fight Ulti,
Yeah.
and then they can do that later or whatever.
Man, I want to see them fight dinosaurs, not the
Not the
not-
accessories. Yeah.
not this week's forecast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the most bummer things during Fishman Island was that Robin had to fight Hammond.
Yeah.
Didn't even get a
Was
cool.
it even a fight? Like,
Yeah, they didn't
No,
get the
it's
cool
like-
title card matchup thing.
Plus, I also
It's
just
like-
think that, like, you know, Hera and Prometheus are going to be in the kid fight. So I really don't think that they would necessarily be on the side, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Kid and Big Mom fighting on like one half of the room. and
Exactly.
Nami, Usopp, and Ulti fighting on the other.
Yeah.
Robin on Fishman Island. Hey guys, I took out one of the new Fishman Pirates officers. That wasn't one of the officers. That was some guy.
That was a civilian, Robin. He wasn't even fighting back.
That was just the local racist. It's just, I mean, good job though.
Yeah, seriously.
Our next dispiece comes from Caleb, who says, Hola, OPP no mi. Following Big Mom's awesome combination attack this week, what are some combo attacks you'd want to see other One Piece characters, related or not?
What the hell is a me? I just wanted that reaction.
It means to see, Steve.
Okay.
All right. Let's
No,
Dead
right?
air. We love that on a podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What combos we want? Man, it's like, does it get better than docking?
Oh, God.
Combos. I like the hot salsa combos. Everybody, feel like you go to the store, you can only find the pepperoni pizza ones.
I can get the jalapeno cheese ones.
Oh, I don't think I think I might have had those once. Those are some good combos.
This question took a weird turn.
It did.
All right, what's next?
Be fun to see all the Toby Ropo just become like a Megazord.
Oh yeah, you mean a Dino Megazord?
I mean, they do have
the
they
Toby
You
Robo.
mean the
Mm.
Megazord?
The regular
Toby
Megazord.
Robo. Ooh, I like that, Sam. Good job.
That was David.
Dave.
Oh, wow, that sounded like Sam. Good job, David.
If there's anything that we've learned from doing a podcast, is that all white people sound the same.
You in particular.
Yes.
And whatever
true.
Jammer is.
Our next dispiece comes from Mike P, who says, to follow up Caleb's question, if you had to battle another podcast, what would your One Piece podcast special combo attack be?
Battle another podcast.
It would be a test of endurance.
See what? But the real question is, which podcast would we battle?
Oh man.
Which one?
Man,
What's our
I don't
rivalry
know
with?
podcast. What are we gonna?
Yeah.
Are we gonna go against? We go against Doughboys? I don't know. I don't know podcasts.
Yeah.
Talk-
I mean, they don't even.
We could take Joe Rogan.
Oh, God. I don't
we
want
could. We could. We're all vaccinated, right?
That's true.
I don't want to be in the same. I don't even want to be in the same like chat room as Joe Rogan. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to be turned around and someone mistake him for me or something.
You wouldn't. He's like 5'4".
Yeah. It's always the little ones.
All right.
What I don't know.
He's still taller than me.
I'm like Tina Turner. I don't want to fight no more. Why do we have to fight all the time?
That's right.
Why is this all about fighting? Why is this shonen manga about fighting?
Yeah, why can't we just be friends with other podcasts?
Mm-hmm. Can't we just talk to these creatures?
Why couldn't Luffy just walk up to Charlos at Shibondi Archipelago and be like, hey, be nice?
Why couldn't you just walk up to Charlos and Shibondi and just like push him into the dirt?
Okay, but I bet that I honestly do think that the One Piece podcast could probably take Talking Simpsons in a Simpsons trivia contest.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's very nice of you to say, David, but I respectfully have to disagree.
We could kick their ass in a One Piece trivia.
Absolutely. Maybe endurance in a quote off.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd beat them there. I
mean, that would be the largest chance we have, but yeah.
What's
drawing the Simpsons? I'm sure I could beat them.
I don't know if Nina's on their team.
oh God, yeah. Oh, never mind. God.
Who would Maddie side with?
It's up to Maddie.
All right, Sam. What's the next one?
Our next one comes from Akaneko. I get that wrong every time. Hey, OPP, RIP Zeus. Seeing that little cloud die really rained on my parade. He was gone to monsoon. I was crying up a storm. I was thundering with rage after what Big Mom did. Just awash with emotions, really.
Okay.
David,
God,
did you do this?
Who this man?
Just kidding. Just kidding. Zeus was playing with fire and got burned. Or actually, would that be Prometheus?
If I learn anything about One Piece, man, don't start saying R.I.P. when the grave is still fresh. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
All right.
The fact that Zeus was kind of like unceremoniously like taken out, I don't buy it. But then again, it's the One Piece thing now. Where it's like when characters don't die, you're skeptical.
Yeah, this didn't feel like a death though. So like I don't look at it in the same way if like Pedro suddenly came back like with just like an ear missing or something like that. Like he was swallowed, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's dead. So
a lot of vor lately.
Yeah.
One thing I have been thinking is, while we've been talking, is because we're kind of dealing with like a weird sort of essence sort of scenario, I wonder if there is a chance of like some sort of gestalt entity, like some sort of combination of Zeus and Hera eventually coming out.
Hercules?
Yeah.
I would go with like an Athena because then Usopp would be confused like, I'm not Heracles.
Oh yeah. Also, that's only in the Disney movie.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hercules isn't really
Hera's child.
No.
No.
No, he's not.
No.
Greek mythology's fucked, everybody.
Yeah, just a little.
Literally.
But no, I mean, you could see something like that where it's maybe like it switches depending on mood or like if the cloud gets agitated and gets angry, it becomes more like Hera. So that could happen. I mean, I think it just depends. I'm kind of just thinking he's just going to pop out of there and Big Mom will keep Hera. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Was
our final this piece comes from OG Song, who says, "Hey OPP, I saw on Roger's Base's stream that the scans had an editor's note that listed next week's chapter as the final one on volume 99. Volume finales aren't necessarily always hype chapters, but I'm still more hyped for the next chapter and hoping for a Yamato fruit reveal or Momo finally getting over his fear of heights to save Luffy." 99 is pretty close, isn't it?
Yes. There's pre-orders up, I think, already on a couple of the sites.
I assumed that we had all the chapters for that out already.
I would think we did.
I mean, they get kind of close sometimes, but...
the manga's getting close to the volume release instead of the anime this time.
So, wait, okay. What chapter did the 98 leave off with?
So I think 99 starts at 995.
995, and then ending... That sounds about right.
And then it's what? Usually like... How many chapters? 10, 12?
Around 10.
9 to 10. Yeah.
Okay,
So if it ends with like 10-14, then that would make sense, I guess.
yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, I don't think they put that much thought into like what chapters end a volume. I'm sure it's like, ending a chapter before a break. It's like you put a little thought into it, but it's not going to dictate like the story that much.
All right. Steve, do we have emails?
We do. We got a couple here,
Cool.
and I will read them for you. Our first one is from Benjamin Taylor. Hey, OPP, I noticed in the last chapter how worried Yamato became when it was just Luffy and Kaido on the dome, despite him having great confidence in Luffy's strength. I also noticed in this chapter that we didn't see how Kaido beat Luffy and how he was more concerned at how people would interpret the outcome than anything else. I then realized that once Law left, there were no witnesses to their 1v1. That got me thinking that instead of fearing that
He
Luffy
hit him in the
wasn't strong
balls.
enough, he hit him in the balls. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. No, I'll continue the email here. That got me to thinking that instead of fearing, sorry, I kick over Kaido taking a pot shot, kicking Luffy in the balls and just pushing him up.
That would be amazing.
Sorry, Sam. That was like a delayed effect.
Wow, it's like you hit Steve in the balls.
I love the thought that like Luffy went most of his life being like, "Oh, I'm rubber now. I'll never have to feel that pain again." And then Hockey gets introduced.
Just a little ping right in the gums. I'm sorry. There's an email here. That got me thinking too that instead of fearing that Luffy wasn't strong enough, Yamato was afraid their father would resort to some dirty tactics to get the edge. Now that there was nobody to witness the invincible Kaido using a cowardly tactic, we know for a fact Kaido only beat Odin by striking him while his back was turned, so he's clearly not above using dishonorable tricks to win. But Kaido
But he feels bad
also
about it.
Let me finish.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
But Kaido also clearly values his image and reputation as the world's strongest and would do anything to preserve it. We also don't know how any of those anecdotal 1v1s attached to Kaido played out, and if they were won fair or not. If anybody would know the truth behind his victories, it'd be Yamato. So what do you think? Does Kaido actually cheat when he encounters someone who could beat him? Was that what Yamato was afraid of? And was it a case against Luffy? If so, how do you think this would influence the future?
Well,
Based on like
Luffy
what
said
was
in
it?
the-
It was in the episode this week of like he killed that old woman who tricked Odin.
Yeah.
Like doesn't.
Oh yeah, it's clearly obvious that Kaido Kaido's not above being like
It's not above winning.
like a piece of shit.
He's gonna win.
Yeah, like the whole thing was like Kaido and Orochi, they took those hostages because they knew if they didn't have that upper hand against Odin would have cleared house and he would have whipped their asses. Like Kaido said, we wouldn't have been able to beat you back then, but then let all these years pass and let me build up like this gigantic pirate crew. Now the odds are in my favor. But like I do remember that fight with Kaido and Odin and the whole Granny Hyo, right?
Higurashi.
Hyogoro?
Higurashi. Hyo is the old man.
Higurashi. That's right. You could. It's obvious about the manga and the anime that wasn't part of the plan, and that damaged Kaido's pride a little bit. That he needed some old lady with underhanded tricks to beat Odin.
Yeah, I don't get the impression that it's like he needs his reputation as the world's like I don't have any indication that he cares about being seen as the strongest. But like he does feel bad on the few occasions where he's cheated to stay ahead. But then like as Luffy said in the Katakuri fight, like there's no such thing as like fairness in a pirate fight.
Right.
Right.
I think it might be looking into it a little too much. I think Yamato's just like, oh, Luffy is going against my dad, my super scary dad that I hate. I gotta go up there.
Yeah, like in this great battle to the death between pirates, like, oh no, if no one's there to watch, someone might cheat.
Like, freaking Yamato's going up there with his press pass. I got to write up a blog about this fight. Odin had a journal. The Straw Hats will have a blog.
What's the other email?
Blog Hat Pirates. This one's from Ryan. He says, "Hey OPP, you think in the last chapter that Zoro would be more grateful to Sanji carrying his bandaged body around after dropping his big boy sword for him all that time ago?" God, that was a fun podcast. Moving on to the current chapter, what an amazing final panel of Luffy falling off Onigashima down to Wano. How do you think he'll get back up? Because I can't think of any other way other than Gum Gum rocketing off the big tree in the flower capital.
Who says he has to go back up, though?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he could stretch, I guess.
No, I mean, everybody else is moving off the roof, you know?
Right, and we're asking like every week, like, oh, are we above Wano yet? Or
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they have to come down.
You know, Yamato being on his way up to the top, you know, we don't know what his power is yet. So, like,
that's true.
If he could save Luffy, then that wouldn't be that surprising.
Just finishing up the email, they also wrote a couple weeks ago, there was a question about who you'd want to see in a what-if fight. Their choice would be Mihawk versus Odin in his prime, or Mihawk versus Odin with the Akazaya 9. Ooh, not very confident in Odin. Huh?
All right. Yeah.
Luffy's maybe Luffy will get up there using the stairway to nowhere. Escalator to nowhere. Nowhere, I should say.
All right, Alex, give me like the top 5 best questions from Reddit this week.
You got it. Falcon Gill says, "Is it just me, or was anyone else slightly disturbed by the act of what amounts to self-cannibalism? I mean, Big Mom's homies are made with part of her soul, so by having Hera eat Zeus, it's like Big Mom is absorbing a part of her own soul by devouring a part of herself. I actually felt bad for Zeus and hope Nami can get him back somehow."
You know, if you're with Big Mom, you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pizza the Hut is actually a homie.
I don't know. I think soul food is really really tasty.
DC Calling says, "Hey OPP, I want to ask about something a little tangential to the current point in the arc, and that's Nidai Kitetsu. What do you think Oda's plans are for the sword, if any? My theory was that it would eventually replace Zoro's Sandai Kitetsu, but it seems to me that if Sandai Kitetsu is going to break or be damaged, it would have happened in the fight with the Emperors. So now I don't know. What are your thoughts?"
It is interesting. It's like it's introduced in the very beginning of the arc, and you feel like it's got to come back, but not really. I mean, I would like for him to get a cool new sword. I mean, I'm always up for that, but that's the yeah, it's been that and Wado Ichimonji since Logtown.
Yeah.
I think if we're gonna go dig into any sort of sword lore, it'll probably be post arc or like when all the fighting's done.
Maybe as a gift or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Zoro's gonna have to learn how to do Force Sword style.
What if Luffy lands in the storehouse where they're keeping that sword, and he's just like, "Oh, cool, a sword," and then he jumps back up and starts fighting Kaido with it?
And crashes into Hitetsu's house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Kozuki Skiaki?
What?
They have the same
Odin's
voice.
dad?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They have the
I didn't
same
know
voice
that.
actor.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder why that voice sounded so familiar.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Oh.
Why laugh?
I don't know. Funny?
Why laugh?
He's funny. Prince of Assassins says, "Hey OPP, regarding the Big Mom conclusion to this fight, I'm a bit disappointed that Nami didn't get to finish things.
Yes.
But IDK, Oda's track record with Zoans, could have this re-emerge. I know this chapter probably made people dislike Prometheus, but look at it this way. You could replace a bumbling coworker you disliked at work with a hotter, more competent version of them. Who among us wouldn't do that?"
Those that want to keep our job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Someone's never had harassment training at their job.
Is Hera the Mindy Simmons of the Big Mom nuclear power plant?
Mindy's way too nice for her.
Hera drives a motorcycle.
Who's Mindy Simmons?
It's a Simpsons character from early seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Homer.
Clearly, I wouldn't be able to contribute in any Simpsons trivia contest.
No, Prometheus, we need to do it. Let's call room service.
It's the Think on Sexy Thoughts episode. Let's see here. That was 3, so 2 more. Okay.
Sorry, I just imagined Napoleon as the hotel employee going meow.
Hubba. 23 years virgin says, "Hey OPP, the other day I was talking to a friend where he was reminding me why we stopped going to a bar we liked. He was saying that I was banned from going because I was hitting on girls too much, and that made me think of a question, which is, what has been your best pickup lines? For me, it was, I'm the worst decision you can make today, followed by a why, answered by figure it out, hehe, it works every time. Cheers and keep up the good work. I did not vet this question before reading it."
Sonata.
What's happening on Reddit today?
Sonata is infecting everyone.
Yeah.
Like, what do you got to say to get banned for?
I'd like to hear that. Yeah.
I don't remember any pickup line I've used, and I don't think they ever worked.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no social skills nor game, so nor have I had anyone use a pickup line on me. So
this is a podcast talking about a Japanese comic book for children. So
what are you trying to say there?
Don't expect any tips on this show.
My go-to move is make friends with people of the opposite sex, and when I detect there might be a mutual attraction, invite them out to a series of dates where we get to just talk about our mutual interests, and then I've been in the same relationship for 15 years, so I don't remember what any of that's actually like.
David, this is not a dating advice podcast. Please get off.
I will say this isn't a pickup line, but one of my favorite lines of dialogue in the entire series as a way to pass, to deny, the right term is escaping me here, to turn someone down, is Frankie to to Lola, the third bark, and it only in the context of One Piece is this is a suitable and cute thing to say to someone asking you out on a date or to get married. But Frankie's saying to Lola, "Sorry, but I'm just too super for you."
I mean, that's pretty good.
Do you guys have any good bad One Piece pickup lines, like "Gumma Gummu no me"?
Oh God!
What the hell's a me? No, on David, say that one. David, say that one more time. "Gumma Gummu no me." No.
That's Luffy appearing on That's Luffy appearing on Laughing in one of the windows.
Oh my God!
Gummu Gummu no me.
Suck it to me.
All the 2 people out there who know Rowan and Martin's Laughing, who listen to this show, are very, very amused right now.
I'm very amused. Let's see. Worst pickup line.
Trying to think back to my college years.
Yeah,
It's not pretty.
Well, I can tell you that when I was doing the online dating thing, my main picture was a picture of me high as fuck in Central Park eating a hot dog and really enjoying it. So I think the if I was like, be true to yourself is the...
Which site was that, Grindr?
What? No.
Right.
It was okay. It was okay, Cupid. And then Bumble. Online dating never worked for me. It's bad.
I think Alex gets Cupider every year.
Don't mind if I do. And here's one last subreddit archipelago question. Now that this is from I Smoke thanks to OPP.
All right.
Now that I have to cut back on my time to look cool because I'm not working yet, what do you recommend me do? Lifestyles or hobbies you all have?
Oh, boy. Mini golf.
Exercise.
Yeah. When do you do mini golf, Ed?
Dude, like, there's a lot of mini golf courses around here. You can knock it out in
Really?
Yeah. I live in the suburbs, man.
I didn't know that about the suburbs of I'm not going to dox you.
It's on my... I think it's... Anyway, I'm in Chicago.
Chicago?
Yeah. It's a big city.
Chi-town, as the locals call it.
Lifestyles or hobbies? Video games. I got back into video games in a very big way this past year.
I hate when people ask me what my hobbies are, because it's like, at this point, like watching shows and playing video games, that's asking me like, hey, do you like food?
Right? Yeah.
Do you partake in food?
Yeah, but
You know,
try
it's
saying that if you're a female and you like video games. It's even worse because then you get the like, you either.
Really?
Yup.
Really? What are your top 10 games?
Yup. Let me guess. Animal Crossing, New Leaf.
Yes.
Like I have options.
My hobbies are drawing and then posting it on the internet to my friends liking it.
My hobbies are drawing and thinking about drawing when I'm not drawing and shaming myself for not drawing enough.
My hobbies are not using online dating sites because I have had nothing but bad experiences.
I like biking.
That's a good one.
I don't know why, but the image of Sam riding a bicycle is very comforting.
Making AMVs, I like that.
Golf is fun but expensive.
Yeah, it's true.
Archery's cool if you could do it somewhere.
I have a Darton 20 MX actually.
Didn't Dennis, friend of the?
I don't know what that is.
It's a compound. It's a compound bow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. One of them fancy bows.
Yes.
Writing and never showing it to anyone.
Yes.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. All right, our last segment here is Piece the Tweet. Yeah. Time for Piece the Tweet. Only a couple this week. First one comes from Nick Cridge, who says, turns out Otama has 2 devil fruits, the dango fruit and a teleportation fruit. First Big Mom puts her to the side, then Usopp is holding her, then she runs away, then Nami holds her, then Nami isn't, and then Nami holds her again. Wow, she's fast.
Yeah, people can pull big giant weapons out of their pockets like Link.
Hammer Space.
Yeah.
TV tropes. Look it up.
And finally, 91 Ryan writes in to say, so we have a hat that turns into a sword and a fireball trying to woo a lightning cloud after shooting a laser through a dinosaur girl, and did I mention that all 3 are parts of a huge woman's soul? Isn't One Piece great? Yes.
Yes.
It is.
But yeah, that's it. Although this actually isn't the last segment we're going to have on Piece Together. David, do you have something you want to do?
Why, yes, of course. It wouldn't be a David Bednar cameo appearance if there wouldn't be some kind of delightful trivia game. So just let me get into character. Are you ready for a David back of hat?
Yes.
I'm ready for your audio to have peaked.
Oh yeah, no, it's real bad. So sorry, your eardrums.
All right, what's the game?
All right, it's a little twist on a classic. I'm calling it, and I think of these people, maybe only Edward will get this joke. Portillo's D-Ace.
Oh.
Oh man,
I took them to
I'm
Portillo's
really
in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
we gotta get a picture of Alex eating one of those.
So, standard portmanteau D-Ace rules apply. I will give you a trivia question, or in some cases, kind of more just like a general prompt, and the answer to that question will be a thing, and then a One Piece character. I will let you know if there is any deviation from the order of words.
So,
it defaults to thing, then One Piece character, but sometimes I don't know.
Normally it's the other way around, right?
No, it's. Oh, maybe it is. Anyway, I'll let you know. This, and because it's Portillo's D-Ace, these are all chain restaurants.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think maybe these will be a little easier to get. We'll go through these pretty quick.
Cool. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's just go in order.
Who all is playing?
I'll start. It's just us. Should be going Ed, Steve, Alex, Sam, Kelly. Based on the
Let me just write that down.
it's just the same as the manga order without you in it.
Well,
Alex,
didn't
Sam.
Kelly go after Ed?
I did. So it'd be Ed, Kelly, Steve, Sam, Alex.
Oh, that's right. I was looking at the intro thing. Never mind.
So Ed, Kelly, Sam, Steve, Alex.
There we go.
All right.
In the chat.
All right, Ed.
All right.
All right, let's start off. Bounce your way to this popular pseudo-Mexican restaurant, then live mas on the island of Jaya.
Okay. Mako Bell Town.
Is there a jump ball after?
This would be restaurant and then One Piece character.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, no, I don't know.
No,
Uh,
I get.
Jump ball.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Oh,
Taco
okay.
Taco Bellamy.
I had the wrong. Okay,
Taco Bellamy.
I was thinking the wrong order.
Yeah, I'll give that to Alex.
Mock Town O'Bell is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Mako Bell Town.
I really love it.
Kelly.
Okay.
Oh,
9 fresh breadsticks will greet you when you come to this Italian eatery. You may pretend to be Ushimitsu Kozo, but when you're here, you're family. This is restaurant, then One Piece character.
Oh, okay.
I know it's Olive Garden, but
Followed by a One Piece character
right. I'm just trying to think.
from Wano. It sounds like.
Yoshimitsu Kozo.
9 fresh breadsticks
Oh.
will greet you.
Olive Garden.
All right, my brain is like oozing out of my ear. Obviously, it's Akazaya 9, but I do not know.
may I?
3,
Please.
2, 1. All right, yeah. Jump ball.
Olive Garden Giro.
Olive Garden.
Oh, I would not have gotten that at all.
I kept thinking.
In my mind, I was thinking
Yoshiro?
Yasu was. Yeah, I was.
Hmm.
Because I thought Denjiro, but I was like, no, Ushimitsu Kozo is. Because in my mind, it was Yasue. I guess it was Denjiro, wasn't it?
All right, Sam.
It was Spartacus.
This is a whopper of a homie in the seducing woods. Promethea had it his way and eventually flame broiled him.
Rewind. Sorry. Oh, Burger King Baum.
There you go.
There we go.
Steve.
Hey,
Smoking a cigar, wearing a Roman helmet, and 11 secret herbs and spices make this the most finger-licking of the super spot-build duck squad.
Oh.
can you read that again? I just.
Smoking a cigar, wearing a Roman helmet, and 11 secret herbs and spices make this the most finger-licking of the super spot-build duck squad.
It's just suddenly hard mode.
Okay.
I think I got
I know
So-
the restaurant now,
Right.
but
I don't know the ducks. I don't know all their names.
You know the ducks.
yeah, I got. Do I know the ducks?
It's restaurant first, then duck.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
Is it KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken?
The whole thing.
Hmm.
I'm trying to, man. Like the only duck besides Karu that I care about is Bourbon Junior.
I know it. I know it.
Not Ivan X.
I know it.
All right.
Gonna give it to me.
Is this jump ball yet?
Jump ball.
Kentucky Fried Chicken Taro.
Close enough for government work. Kentucky Fried Chicken Taros.
Kentaros, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, that's good job, Alex.
Cool.
All right.
I know the names of the ducks. I know them.
Alex.
I almost thought Pop Ivan X, but that was yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's
yes.
good.
Yeah.
That's strong. You know what? You get another point.
Cool. I'm
This
good
isn't
today.
the 3, is it?
Everything's turning up, Alex. All right, Alex.
We gotta do all of them. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, I've got 12. We're gonna go through the 12. All right, Alex.
Mhm.
This is still you.
Yeah.
Now Sabo went animal style, but Stary double downed on this Goa Kingdom nobleman's awfulness.
Okay. Let's see. Goa Kingdom Nobleman. Stelly.
Oh,
So it's obviously
got you. Okay.
the father of Stelly and Sabo. If I could remember his fucking name, because I know the restaurant.
Does he have a name?
Perhaps
Is
the
it
Yeah.
a
restaurant
data book
could be
green
a
name?
help.
Oh. Fucking duh. Can you say it again?
Sabo went animal style, but
Uh-huh.
Stary doubled down on this Goa Kingdom nobleman's awfulness.
Come on.
In and out burger.
Oh no, it's
No.
Can I go for it?
Jump ball, go
It's
for it.
it's in an Outlook.
Yes, In and Outlook the Third.
Outlook the Third. That's right.
I didn't remember his name at all. So way to go, Ed.
I had to redeem myself somehow.
I kept
Alright.
thinking In-N-Out Burger Ham Lincoln.
Ed, back to you.
Okay.
This delicious fast food chain may have started in the Philippines, but its franchises have even reached the Tontata Kingdom. What if their iconic red mascot turned pink?
Ooh.
Iconic red mascot.
Oh man, this is good.
Yeah, I don't know Filipino fast food.
Jump ball.
It's the one. All
Go ahead. I don't know.
right, jump ball, Alex.
Jolly Beyond.
There you go.
Oh.
Jollibee.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was from the Philippines.
I went to New York last year, like 2 months before the pandemic blew up. I was like, well, do I want to go to my favorite Solo Maria in New York City, or do I want to go to Jollibee? And when I found it was kind of a Jollibee, I was like, oh, I'll just go to the Solo Maria. But now, I think all Jollibees in the country are closed, and it bums me out now.
Okay.
I mean, that's. Don't listen to me. I'm dumb.
All right, Kelly.
Kelly's next.
Okay.
This is. I'm not saying this is a good clue. So good luck.
Oh Lord.
The clue is Pete Shurorororororo. Pete Shurorororororo.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, Little Caesar clown.
There you go.
Boom.
Took me a minute. I'm like, Domino's?
Can't wait for that spin. I can't wait for that spin-off. I'm sorry, they would call it Young Caesar. My mistake.
Young Caesar.
My God.
What a stupid bowl cut.
Sam. This is a One Piece character first, restaurant second. Can you find the orange chicken hiding in this chapter?
Oh.
Wait, say that again. I'm fried right now.
All right. Don't think about this one too hard. Can you find the orange chicken hiding in this chapter?
Character first. This was character first restaurant.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the middle.
Hiding in this chapter.
Who hides in a chapter?
Hiding on the cover.
Hiding anywhere, really.
Yeah. Shall we?
Taking
Yep.
a wrestling.
Three.
break.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Two,
Two.
one.
Panda
Panda
Man
Man
Express.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a good one. All right, how many more do we got?
Was he on the cover?
No, it's just
Like under the dust jackets.
yeah. Every volume, yeah.
See, that really threw me off because I was thinking of 1013. Like, who's hiding in 1013?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I see. I'm sorry.
All right, what's next?
All right. Steve, I've got four more.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I don't think we'll make a full. I think after this, I'll just do jump balls for all of them. After this, after
Round.
Alex.
Okay.
All right. Steve. Turns out this hard-kicking twink of the Doflamingo pirates makes a mean sub. Of course, a half fish man would know how they do it on the shore. This is One Piece character first, restaurant second.
Can I hear it one more time?
All right, One Piece character first, restaurant second. Turns out this hard-kicking twink of the Doflamingo pirates makes a mean sub. Of course, a half fish man would know how they do it on the shore.
They might not have this in California.
They probably don't.
Yeah, the more I think about it. All right, obscure sandwich places. Give me some time here.
Mm.
Okay.
'Cause it's not Subway,
Okay.
it's not Quiznos, it's not Potbelly, it's not Blimpies. What else is there? It's not Firehouse Subs.
Getting closer.
You're getting closer.
Ed clearly knows it.
I ate there last
Process of
week.
elimination.
Jersey.
Gotta go Midwest,
I know this one too.
East Coast.
Ah,
The
I know this
shore
one
is a
now.
big clue.
yeah. I think I know this anyway.
All right.
I wonder.
I don't know. I don't
Dell and
know.
Jersey Mike's.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, we do have those out here, despite it being heralded from New Jersey.
Okay, so we have Jersey Mike's here as well, but I was thinking Dell and Jerry's Pizza and Subs.
Oh.
All right, Alex. What's next? Or David for
All right,
Alex. Next question.
Yeah.
All right. Boy, Tontata Kingdom has really embraced franchise dining. After leading the Tontacore, this plucky warrior has now started a chain of choose-your-own-ingredient burrito restaurants.
Okay.
Restaurant first.
Yeah, restaurant first for this one.
Yep.
Can you repeat the clue again?
Tontata Kingdom has really embraced franchise dining. After leading the Tontacore, this plucky warrior has now started a chain of choose-your-own-ingredient burrito restaurants.
Okay, restaurant first. Let's see.
Burrito.
Yeah. Is it Chipotleo?
There you go.
I kept. I don't know why, but like Moe's Southwest Grill was the first one that came to my mind.
I miss Moe's.
Mo.
All right. All right, so
I'll
these are all
recommend
just
play.
jump balls.
Makes
I got
Mo
two
Mo.
more.
Okay.
Spiced like a man, sweet like a woman. When life gets sticky, why not be both? Oh, bun my way.
Is it?
Cinnabon Clay?
Cinnabon Clay.
Nice. Shout out to Bonchan, another wonderful chain that almost shares the name of that character.
It's good.
And finally, just delicious burgers and a big bag of greasy fries made by a maid whose hands turn to weapons.
Baby Five Guys burgers and fries.
There
you go.
Nice. All right. Thank you, David.
Yeah, that was fun.
And
And
I
made
have
me
no
hungry
idea
now.
what the score was. It doesn't
now.
matter.
I don't know. It doesn't
We
matter.
all
Alex won.
Yeah, we're all enriched for having heard that.
And all want fast food now.
Yeah, thanks, David.
All right, so let's round off the show. This has been the One Piece Podcast, episode 971 for the week of Sunday, May 16th, 2021. And on this episode, we had our manga recap, chapter 1013, and anime recap for episode 974. We also had some good piece together and some David Back fight trivia. And I just want to thank everyone for coming on this week, and you can let the people know how to contact you. First of all, let's start with David.
All right, I am on Twitter all day, every day, to my detriment, at YCarps, YKARPS. Y like the letter carps, like the thing that Kaido is. You can catch me coming up sometime soon on Toho Yaro, talking about Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. So keep a look for that in your feeds. It was a really good episode.
Very cool. Kelly, how can people reach you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Karuri, and on the One Piece Podcast website. When I get a chance, I cover some One Piece events and things like that.
Fantastic. And Sam.
You can find me on Twitter at Lucky Chainsaw.
Fantastic. Alex, how can the people out there find you?
Find me on Twitter at @dude!! That's all one word. Also find me on your podcatcher of choice every week on Toho Yaro, a Japanese Film Club podcast. We recorded an episode with David Bednar pretty recently, so that should come out in the next couple weeks. And Super Art Fight, at Super Art Fight on Twitter, please follow that. And subscribe to our Patreon and listen to Force Watch for Kids. Me and Steve.
All right.
That's it.
And
That's
Steve, where can people find you?
SteveYurko.com, and on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, at Steve Yurko.
All right. And
Ed, you're
Yeah.
You're Ed.
Yeah. Well, the
Sorry.
podcast can be found at OnePiecePodcast.com. Or actually, Zach, if you go on, I think he's posted on his on Zach_Logan on his Twitter feed. His son is born. So
Yay.
awesome,
Yeah.
great news.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's very very adorable. So anyway, check that out. It's on. I think it's on Zach_Logan. So.
I hope he celebrates by ordering a nice meal from Baby Five Guys.
That could be really bad. Anyway, so the podcast is at, and I'm Edward E. One Piece on Twitter. I'm also at Weeb Trailers. Podcast is at OnePiecePodcast.com, Twitter.com, YouTube.com, and Facebook.com/OnePiecePodcast. OnePiecePodcast@gmail.com is our email address. Please support us. Patreon.com/OnePiecePodcast. You can subscribe on SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, or call us on our phone number. That's 347-497-MAJI. 347-497-6254. Call anytime.
Anytime.
All right. Questions, your comments, your theories, your reasons why it'll be Pell. It's definitely going to be Pell. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, Steve, so we do a little thing at the end of the show. Who's our random character to praise this week?
I'm sorry about that. Let me generate that for you. You get live.
I know this is what we've been doing instead of trivia, and it's nice. It's a nice way to end the show.
It's nice. You like it so far? Okay.
Yeah. Because we're getting reminded of, it's just remember some guys. I have fun remembering some guys.
Guys.
The first character that came up is absolutely very random. I could keep going. I could get something that has a little more.
No, just do it.
Let's do two then. I want to hear who this is.
Okay. Man, tell me what you like about how is it? Thalassa Lucas.
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, he's one of the kings.
He's one of the kings in the drum flashback at the reverie. He holds up a picture of Dragon. And he's like, "Yo, this guy's bad."
Also means
Does he have a mustache?
sea.
I feel like
He's
he
got a
has mustache.
sweet beard.
Got beard.
He's probably from Greece, the equivalent of Greece, because his name is Thalassa. It means ocean or sea.
Oh, cool.
I thought you said Velocilucus, and I thought he was a dinosaur.
No, we have plenty of those already.
Okay, what's the real character?
Here's one whose name kind of rhymes with Thalassa. It's Fossa.
Oh, okay.
And he's the mustachioed.
Oh, Fossa.
He's got.
Fossa, cigar smoking member of the.
Wasn't he the one we called
15th Division
Dreadlock Chain Chomper? Is that a different guy?
No, that's Rock.
No.
Rakuyo.
Rakuyo.
That's right.
This guy's bald.
Yeah, he
So-
I like
kind
that
of
this
looks
guy
like.
has had brain surgery.
Yeah, he kind of looks like if Bluto and Popeye had sex and then a child.
Oh, this is the guy who I always think that is Blenheim, but Blenheim is a different guy.
Yeah, Blenheim
Wow.
is the pocket.
He's giving Peter Griffin's ball chin a run for his money.
I was about to say, I like that he's got like a succulent butt chin where I guess it's not getting enough sunlight, so it's just growing and expanding.
It's a butt chin that's had plastic surgery.
The only reason I know who this guy is because he was one of my main dudes in Treasure Cruise when I played it.
He can set his sword on fire. That's always a classy move.
I think smoking's very cool.
Yes, it is. Everybody smokes.
He's wearing a leather vest and no shirt like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's got a nice scar, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has brain surgery scar.
He has a mustache, right? That's always good.
Yep.
He's got a tattoo.
Does it
He's
tickle
got a
women
white-
when he kisses them?
He's got a white beard tattoo, but what do the circles mean? What's the significance?
I don't know.
Is he on Whitebeard's crew or is he
He's a division
No, he's a
captain.
commander. Yeah.
So is he the fourth or no? He's
15th. Yeah. I don't know why there is. Yeah, it's a lot of.
Furry, and they're the little paw pads.
He's a good.
He's a good boy. Anyway, anyone have any more praise for Fossa?
Looks like he works out.
All right.
I'm sure he smells great.
All right. For the One Piece podcast, Alex.
What?
What? Just we're ending the show.
My name is Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Steve too. Hey,
My name is Ed. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I
Bye.
didn't know we were going backwards.
Oh. Isn't this how we usually do it? It doesn't matter.
No.
No,
Okay.
it's always in order.
But maybe we
I
should
thought-
go in backwards. That way Ed can end it. Are we still recording?